Hello and welcome to another episode of my Battletech Extended 3025 mod career. And we're ready to go straight into things. I've already done the loading bit, so all I need to do is hit begin mission for the first mission of the day. And we're taking out Halcyon, Minobu, Buzzkill and Sarge for this one. It's a 4-skull base destruction mission. Should be interesting. Nice one, Gromulus. I'm sure Sarge will appreciate that. Right, so away we go then. Wow, don't see this map very often. This is... yeah, I remember now. Yeah, so I want to go for these trees, I think. Yeah, I know where I am. It's all good.
On the move.
I've taken what I see as my best mechs out for this mission. Because we've done some four skulls that can be pretty challenging. Some have been harder than some 5-skull missions that I've been doing.
Let's do this. Yes, I'm there. I copy. Got a sensor trace.
Okay, we pick up a mech. Let's see what it is. An 85 tonner. Odds on it's a stalker then. How do I want to do this? I'm gonna reserve. See what he does. Oh, he reserves. Okay.
Receiving you. Receiving you.
Kind of want to sensor lock him, but I'm a little bit short on cover, and to get into sensor lock range means sitting out of cover here, but we'll do it anyway. I do have a lot of long range weaponry, so it makes sense to make the most of it, particularly if that's a stalker. We want to stay far away from it. Oh, it's a longbow. Okay, not quite as scary as a stalker, but still a hell of a lot of missiles and those things. Alright, let's get Minobu on the case. I'm going to pop some vigilance on him since he's close enough that the enemy could feasibly shoot at him. And then we'll launch a ton of missiles. Okay, Minobu has been sensor locked.
It's good to go. Acknowledged.
So, big priority in this mission is to not get Sarge killed before we get that thug complete. But this is, as you can see, against House Marek, or the Free Worlds League. So they are the correct opponents for us to be facing for a chance to find a piece of thug. And I believe the other mission in this location was as well.
No sweat. I got this.
So fingers crossed, maybe today's the day.
No problem. On my way. Firing a full salvo. Let's get this done. Good to go.
Guess we'll be using more vigilance then, because I do want to shoot with this LRM mech. I don't just want to sprint for cover. Oh, here we go. Some more mechs enter the ring. We've got a 65 tonner and a 75 tonner. Could be nasty. Could be one of Harry's constructed lancers. Could be an archer. Could be a catapult. Well, we've got the longbow to kill first, so let's concentrate on that.
Target taken a critical hit.
Okay. While he's down, I think we'll just go for the quick finish on him. Buzzkill's not in cover anyhow, so I'm going to advance with him. Do rare mechs have upgraded stats in this mod, or is it just the model type simply doesn't show up much? Says M-Power. Yeah, it's not upgraded stats, it's literally just the rarity values are set according to the lore. So yeah, so some mechs you won't see very often. Some mechs you'll see a lot. Which, yeah, if you're into the lore and keeping it closer to that as far as the game goes, then it's a good mod for that. Okay, that's a Jaeger mech. At least it's not a catapult C4 filled with LRM-20s. But obviously, with the with certain chassis being rare or rarer than others, it does make it quite exciting when you do see, you know, a rare chassis. It gives a reason. Excuse me. Only just started and voice going already. Standard. It gives a reason to play the game for longer because there's more to discover, and you won't discover it all straight away. So. If you're a bit of a completionist type, for example, you've got a reason to play for many more hours than you would in the vanilla game, just for the sake of discovering, you know, at least one of every mech chassis. That will keep you occupied for a lot of hours. I mean, I've never discovered all of them. I do not own one of everything, not even close. And the other thing with it is. Different playthroughs are going to throw up different results, you know, so sometimes, you know, you'll encounter a certain special rare mech and get a whole one of them in one playthrough, and you could play another playthrough and never see one of them, and it will keep your careers varied somewhat, which I think is also good. What are we going to blast here? Let's pop Vigilance first, and then we'll try to finish this longbow off.
Roger that.
Down he goes.
Enemy down.
Ah, scary archer. I think we might kill the Jaeger mech next, though, just because they're really low CT armor. It might be a quicker kill than the archer.
How's it going? Position confirmed. Taking the shot. Damage minimal.
Okay. A Warhammer shows up. I want to try to get line of sight to that Jaeger mech, but it looks like the archer is hiding him well. Can't actually find an angle. Damn, that's upsetting. Okay. I guess we'll shoot the archer instead then, in light of that. Just going to go precision strike for the CT. I want to kill archers as quickly as possible. The reason, if it's not obvious already, is because they pack a lot of firepower. Those two LRM-20s are very painful.
Hot damn. Let's do this.
Okay, I'm hoping that I can take advantage of that guy being on his back. Use Buzzkill with his raised initiative to get in there
I'm under heavy fire.
and try to melt the CT.
Receiving you.
Oh, Buzzkill's taking quite a bit of damage already. Okay. He's on 44,105 and he's on 21,110. Okay, yeah, so I am going to definitely take advantage of smashing this archer since he's now the easier kill as well. And yeah, I'd like to get him knocked down before he gets up again and fires those LRMs. And we have achieved that. So next job will be to try to finish off this Jaeger mech. He's going to move, isn't he? Yeah. Where's he gone? He's gone out of my sight. Now maybe Minobu can get an angle
Light damage.
as my next most advanced mech in terms of position. Yes, he can. Okay, so I'm going to go for that.
On my way.
I want to pound this guy some more. I'm thinking about going... Nah, we'll just fire randomly. I was thinking about going for a precision strike just for a little bit more chance of hitting the centre. It's just not that worthwhile with missiles most of the time. I'll save it for these guys. Okay, so where can I get an angle from? Yeah, looks like there gets an angle to the Jaeger mech, which is what I'm looking for. But I will have to pop Vigilance for some protection because I'm out of cover. And I'm just going to go for knocking him down, I think. Actually, I might even feasibly kill him. I'm going to go for the precision strike after all, because this might just straight up kill him. And it will save me having to move out of cover to get an angle with Halcyon, because I'm assuming I would have had to. So this way I can just continue to sit Halcyon in the cover that he's in, and now start putting a bit of damage down on this Warhammer.
It's go time. Oh, that really hurts.
Buzzkill taking an injury there. Enemy mech decided to shut himself down for that. I'm not sure that was so worthwhile.
Aye, aye.
But Buzzkill will certainly be looking for some revenge after that.
Move order received.
Let's give him the opportunity. And we've got those machine guns in range as well.
That's a kill.
And down he goes.
Heads up, Commander. You've got hostile contacts inbound.
Oh, good. Reinforcements. I'm still hoping for a thug, you see. So, reinforcements are good news, in my opinion. I think they come from over here somewhere. So I'm going to move across to these trees as soon as I'm able to.
Aye, aye. Move order received.
No sign of them yet.
Standing by.
Okay, let's I'm gonna have to sprint, aren't I, for a good position. I want to go there.
On my way. Affirmative. Coordinates received. Coordinates received.
Hmm. Aha, there we go. There's one. Oh, please be an 80 tonner. Well, this one won't be. He's moving way too fast. 60 tons. Yep, there we go. Okay. It's a quick draw.
Losing lots of armor.
Yeah, I should really pull Buzzkill back at this stage, shouldn't I? The state of his armor, poor guy.
Ready for orders.
Okay. Back away, Buzzkill. What if I just go for a precision strike on this guy?
Firing on target.
Quick draws don't have much CT armor. We've opened him up and crit the SRM-4.
Solid connection on that one.
Okay. What are you? 70 tonner. Ah, he's got breaching shot, but he missed. I'm relieved. Buzzkill has got a side torso that's got hardly any armor left. This 40 armor on the right torso. I could stand to lose a heck of a lot of weapons if that comes off. Right, stepping up Minnow Boot, hoping to provide something of a distraction away from Buzzkill. Nice. Absolutely wrecked that quick draw.
I've been sensor locked.
So that's 70 tonner fired a large laser. I'm guessing that's probably a grasshopper, judging from his partner in crime being a quick draw. Oh good, they're shooting a Minnow Boot, that's fine. He must, yeah, he's been sensor locked, as I can see there.
Careful. You don't want to scratch the paint.
Rather him than Buzzkill right now though.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, we've got a nice firing line set up for the enemy to advance into. Bring it on, AI. Right, Buzzkill is going to continue backing away. But he can still very handily provide sensor lock.
Got a lock.
And it is a grasshopper there after all. Yep, thought so. Ah, 80 ton mech, 80 ton mech, 80 ton mech. Come on, please be a thug. Please be a thug. Right.
Yes, Commander.
First things first, though. We need to kill this grasshopper before he starts breaking my king crab. Alright, let's go nuts. Okay, he's unsteady. Let's see if we can knock him down. And move Sarge across. And try to put him on his butt. Hey Buzzkill, how you doing? Right, I'm going to go for a precision strike, I think, here. See if we can make quick work of this grasshopper, because if that mech over there really is a thug, we're going to want to play with our food as much as possible. Hey Skid, thank you very much for the raid, mate. How you doing?
Waiting for orders. Moving to position.
Hey guys. Hey Rylan, how you doing? Yeah, we've got raiders. Good old Skid, thank you very much.
Roger that.
I'm good, thanks. Are you?
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Hope the streams are going well for you, mate.
Orders.
What to do with Buzzkill now? I might just reserve him actually, because I've got a feeling this grasshopper's going to wander into my view of his own accord, and then I might be able to sense lock the 80-tonner. We'll see what happens anyway. And he does. There we go. Predictable grasshopper. Oh, he's shooting with that breaching shot. At least it's only a large laser. Could have been a lot worse.
Waiting for orders.
You've already murdered a couple of things, Buzzkill. You're not doing too badly, but because you're at the front, you've got a little bit banged up. So that's why I'm being very careful at the moment. Been playing around with a longbow. Oh, nice! I picked up a longbow just when was it? Last week. My last session on Saturday. I think was it Saturday? I got one. Quite fun. Crammed what was it? 4 LRM-15s in it. It's pretty good. And the Jormung, how do you say that? Jormungunder. I have no idea how to pronounce that. I don't have one of those though. I'm not even sure. Is that in this mod? I'm not sure it is. It might be too advanced. That technology.
What's up, boss?
All right, let's move Sarge up
Position
and
confirmed.
see if we can just finish this guy off.
Roger that.
Jormungand. That's how you pronounce it, is it?
And that's the way we do it.
Very Harry Llama. Thank you very much for the follow. Nice one. Also, that is a cool name. Oh, disappointment. It's an awesome... Oh, I was hoping for a thug. Obviously, always hoping for a thug. Oh, we just need one piece and this game is just teasing me. Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Well, we don't need a sensor lock here. So, Buzzkill going to get his wish fulfilled. And he's going to get to do some shooting. Let's just go precision strike, CT. Get this guy finished as quickly as possible. 10 LRM-20s. My God.
Systems holding.
That's mental. Yeah, Grom, I don't know how. I did already notice my bot is out of action at the minute. But Shell has never gotten around to showing me how that works. So I'm kind of like gonna have to cope without it. Till probably like the final hour of the stream. Has she taught you how to... No, you probably can't, can you?
Orders. Got it. Firing a full salvo.
Have you tried this mod out yet, Skid? Or are you still on a Roguetech playthrough? You should give this one a try when you finish your Roguetech one. It's pretty fun. If you like, you know, the 3025 lore period.
It's on now.
I see, Guam. I don't even know how to do that. I know nothing. Alright, see if we can finish this guy while he's on his back.
Mech destroyed.
So Skid was saying 10 times clan LRM-20s. It just about killed my PC calculating the hit chances. Man, that's insane. I can't even imagine being able to cram that much firepower in. I have no idea.
Yes, Commander. Roger.
Yeah, it's on Nexus mods. In fact, we've got a command it's not going to work, is it? Because the bot's down. I'll just link the page the old-fashioned way. It's made by a mate of mine actually, Harry 78, and working with another guy called Just In Case. They've put together a mod collection. There it is. It's been getting quite a few downloads. It's going pretty well. Ah, a Highlander shows up. Okay. Oh, let's try for the lucky headshot with Sarge. Just once, just to give it a shot. It's not going to happen at 15%, is it? No. Yeah, give it a try. Like obviously Rogue Tech's good and all that. Rogue Tech adds tons and tons of stuff to the game, but this feels more like just a straight up expansion for the base game. It's obviously a lot closer to the mechanics aren't any different. You know, there's just some little tweaks here and there with the AI and some tweaks to the lost tech, stuff like that. But largely it just adds a ton of mechs and vehicles. So yeah, it just feels like more of an expansion than a complete overhaul, as obviously Rogue Tech feels more like the overhaul, doesn't it? So it'll appeal to different people, I reckon. But obviously, if you're a Battletech streamer, I'm sure you'll have played a lot of Rogue Tech by now, and maybe you want to give something new a try at some stage when you finish your latest run through, and perhaps this is something to try. At the moment, I'm still the only streamer playing this mod, so I've had that going for me. It's been getting me some views on YouTube, but hopefully at some point some other Battletech streamers will pick it up, because it really does deserve to be shown off. It's pretty enjoyable.
Moving to position.
Now, how do I say this? Gauissimo Gao? Is that right? Thank you very much for the follow. Hope I didn't butcher your name too badly.
Roger that.
Perfect, he says. I hope it was. If that's sarcasm, I can't tell in text. Skid says, once I finish up this clan start playthrough, I might take a look at it. Yeah, nice. Like I say, it's a nice change.
Waiting for orders. Acknowledged.
Right, just trying to kill this guy as quickly as possible. Obviously, thoroughly disappointed that there was no thug, and want to get on to the next mission. Yeah, that's a good point Buzzkill's pointing out. He says you spend a good bit longer in the lights before moving to heavier mechs. That's right. You also start with like lighter mechs. Sorry if you're hearing that banging in the background. It's one of my cats playing. Yeah, you start with lighter mechs, and also the enemy has lighter mechs in missions. So like it adds in, you know, more 20-tonners, for example, and you might think, oh man, I've got to use 20-tonners. That's going to be awful. But you're using 20-tonners against 20-tonners, so it's not so bad. It's also a random start on the mechs you get at the beginning, so you can roll, you know, fire starters, Jaeger, Jenners, Vulcan 2T, things like that. You know, there's a variety of things in there.
Mission successful.
That's right, Grom. Well, we got through that relatively pain-free. Just a 9-day injury for Buzzkill. He'll get over that pretty quickly. He'll get over that in 9 days, to be precise. Right, what should I take here? I'm going to look for good weaponry first. There's a decent LRM-20 there, but I think I'm all good for LRM-20s. Ah, taking the comm system. Never have too many of those. especially with the amount of cockpit shots I take. What else shall we take? Shall we take another piece of longbow? I know we've already got one of those, but the second isn't going to harm us. And a piece of Highlander, I reckon. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Let's confirm that. Nice one, Skid. Yeah, what was it on? I think it's on like over 2,000 unique downloads now on Nexus. So definitely a bunch of people picking it up. I imagine one pit bull probably wouldn't want to take on 8 cats, Crum. I don't think anyone wants to take on 8 cats, to be honest. I'm not even sure one human would fare well in that situation. Right, what am I doing? Nobody needs repairs. Just go straight into the next contract, I think. Yeah, it's a lot smaller than Rogue Tech. You can get it in a fraction of the time. Oh, we've got another base destruction, this time in a Badlands environment. So we're going to have to bring out Team Hot Stuff for this. Also fighting Free Worlds League, though, which is what we want. Another chance of Thug appearing. I'm going to completely change over the pilots for this. We want the hot environment pilots out. Let's go Grommin, Rylan, and where's Catch? Where'd you go? There you go. Okay, and we're good to go. Oh wow, I've never even seen one of those, I don't think, Samurai. Samurai says, nabbed 3 bits of an Atlas DDC, then realised I'll never be able to complete it since it's extremely rare, only with Steiner. Oh man. Yeah, I'm having enough trouble completing that Night Star, wasn't I? And that's more common than the Atlas DDC. Still, like, if you do manage to get it, it'll make it feel that extra bit special, won't it? No, it's not vanilla assets. It uses some well, it adds basically a ton of mechs and a ton of vehicles, but it's all from the 3025 time period, with some that are a little bit in the future that will come out as you hit that year in game, basically. Sorry, where was I? Yeah, so yeah, it comes from the community asset bundle. It uses that, same as everything else now. In fact, I think that was part of the reason that thing got made, was because of some awkwardness that was going on around this mod. That there was one guy that was being awkward about allowing the mechs that he ported to be used, and that's been resolved now. Because originally it was looking like this was never going to hit Nexus mods at all, thanks to that, but it's been worked around, and now that community asset bundle exists, so it made things easier. Yeah, there are a lot of mechs. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to say. Yeah, so the rarity of them is based on the actual lore of the game. So, you know, you will get a distinctive feel when you're playing different major houses. You know, you'll see variants that only they have and things like that popping up. Yes, but obviously certain mechs and vehicles will be switched off. You know, if they're not lore compliant for the period, things will be switched off. So you don't get all the clan tech or anything like that, because obviously this is set in 3025. But it's the same community asset bundle. That's the same one being used, but obviously the the Battletech Extended 3025 mod will turn off certain ones that aren't required. As far as I understand it, anyway. Yeah, what Samurai said.
Damage minimal.
Gauissimo Gao is asking, do you ally with a major house for it? You can actually, yeah. I mean, obviously, if you've got the Flashpoint DLC, that allows you to make alliances with certain houses, and in doing so, that will give you access to their faction-specific stores. And in those stores, it is possible for, you know, rarer mech parts that are specific to that house to show up. Doesn't mean they're going to show up all the time, but it means that they can. But the easiest way of finding rare stuff is to fight against the faction that has it, you know, and eventually you're gonna be able to find enough parts to build a whole one. I'm currently looking to complete a thug. I've got 3 out of 4 parts of a thug, and they show up against House Marek, which is why I'm fighting them as much as possible right now. Just needing that one last piece to complete the thug.
On it.
Do we have special ammunition for autocannons? No. 30-25 tech is just the basic ones. Alright, so some of the lost tech's been tweaked a bit, just to make it, you know, because obviously the lost tech in the vanilla game is terrible, and you may as well use upgraded versions of basic weapons over it. But in this, the lost tech's been improved a little bit, just so it's worthwhile using, but kept it so it's not overpowered.
All weapons committed.
And there are 1 or 2 other weapon variants, like you can get improved machine guns, the B lasers in there because that's law compliant, stuff like that. But yeah, it's it should definitely appeal to people that want, you know, law compliant 30-25 period without having to go, you know, full future clan wars period of the game, because obviously Rogue Tech provides that quite well, doesn't it? You've got all the future tech and clan war stuff that you could ever desire in Rogue Tech. But this is an alternative, winds the timeline back a bit more. Well, puts it into where the base game is. Obviously the base game is set in 30-25, and this mod starts there.
Roger that.
Yeah, I'm using a couple of ERPPCs right now, actually. There's a couple of them in one of my Highlanders. See if I can bring it up. It's going to be in the one Gromulus is piloting. The Harry Lander, named after the guy that's made this mod collection. Man, I hate this map. There's no cover. Getting battered.
I can't take much more of this.
So there we go. So let's bring up Gromulus. So I've got a standard ERPPC and an improved one. So the standard ERPPC, you'll notice the damage is 60, but it also gets the 50 stability damage bonus as well, and it's for 40 heat. And then this slightly improved one is for 38 heat, so slightly less hot, basically. What am I going to do here? I'm in a bit of trouble being this exposed and in the open. There's all those turrets to shoot me as well. There's an 80-tonner there. Fingers crossed yet again for the thug. I'm gonna move back this way. Let's get Rylan in some cover, and let's rain some pain on the Banshee. Samurai says, basically 3025 is cavemen fighting in stone robots. Nice. Oh, damn it! 80 tonner has LRMs. Obviously, it's not a thug, is it?
Light damage, Commander.
Ah, why you do this, game? Why you do this to me? So frustrating.
For orders.
Right, where am I going to move Gromulus? Get him out of danger because he's got all the precious lost tech. See if we can knock this Banshee over.
Scored a critical hit.
Where's that? Ah, I see. Yeah, Empower's saying what this game really needs is a random map generator for the missions. Yeah, it could be interesting, and I agree with what Samurai was saying. You do get used to the maps and know where to expect stuff from. Like, obviously, I'm very used to almost every map set in this game by this point. So yeah, it would definitely add replayability. But that, I mean, they decided to not go for randomly generated maps, didn't they? They decided to actually specifically design each one. That's a lot of maps to do.
Damage is light.
Ryland says, I'm looking forward to the urban environments in the next expansion. Yeah, hell yeah. That'll be cool. We've not had that in this game at all, have we? So far. And it should provide vastly different terrain to what we have already. So, you know, nearly all of these maps, apart from maybe the jungle ones, I suppose, are very open. The jungle ones are covered in trees, unsurprisingly, and therefore cover. But yeah, having some destructible buildings and things like that as well, streets that you can march up and down, that should be pretty awesome. Buzzkill says, and jumping building to building with smaller mechs. Yeah. An actual proper environment for the urban mech as well.
Orders.
Get your herbies out, everyone. What am I going to do with Ryland? There looks fine.
I copy. Target's taken a critical hit.
Yeah, Samurai says, I'm finally at your old stage for mechs though, Doyle. Despite having one bit of an Atlas and Crab left to go for the last 80 weeks, all I've gotten since are three 3Fs and one 3H, so the cow army has begun. Yeah, and for those that aren't aware, that's a side effect of the law compliance of this period. Stalkers are very common compared to a lot of the other assault mechs, so you're going to see a lot of stalkers. And yeah, I did end up with a hell of a lot of them at one point. I was running a full lance of stalkers at one stage. Oh, and Samurai says, and a lot of awesomes that got sold off. Yeah, awesomes seem quite common as well, don't they? Oh, Skid says he's got to go to bed. Well, thanks very much for the raid, mate. Really appreciate it. Thanks for sticking around and chatting for a bit. And yeah, hope you have a good sleep, mate. Okay, finally finish this Ossol while he's on the ground. There he goes. Oh, I'm so gutted that there's yet another awesome back here. Now, what's this? Another Banshee. Wow. 2 Banshees in that lance. I don't know what this Marek unit did to deserve 2 Banshees, but clearly they've upset somebody in the chain of command. Oh man, that one's at least, it's got an AC-20 though.
Yes, Commander.
Okay.
On it. On it.
Oh crap.
Reporting heavy damage.
That was a full 100 damage. Looked like to one of the legs. Yeah. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
Need to don't say this too often, but really need to kill that Banshee. Just need to get rid of its AC-20. The main issue I've got is obviously the complete lack of cover up here. Okay, that'll do. Well,
That's a kill.
a little bit of luck going our way.
They've got a lock on me.
Catch with the magic headshot there. And the Banshee is no longer a problem.
Throttle down.
And these turrets as well. It's a lot of damage I'm taking.
Reporting minimal damage. Standing by.
I'm going to do a vigilance sprint, I think, with catch.
On it.
Excuse me. Laughing, choking, coughing all at once.
Commander.
Visholist? Is that how I say your name? Visholist? Visholist? I don't know. He says, now you have a kitted out Banshee with an AC-20. Yeah, that'll be amazing. Well, actually, I need 4 parts of salvage per mech, so I'll only have earned 3 parts from that kill. But yeah, nobody wants a Banshee. Like, that is a proper booby prize, isn't it? Visho List, thank you for the assistance.
Aye, aye. They've got a lock on me.
Well, if we don't see anything better, I might end up having to take the Banshee just because it's something I don't have. But I'm still hoping there'll perhaps be some reinforcements and maybe a thug.
Solid connection on that one. They've got a sensor lock on me.
Yeah, vigilance sprint, I think. It's the trouble with no cover. I'm having to use all my resolve for damage mitigation. Well, I need to get Doyle to the front. Start taking over the tanking from Catch very soon. So those turrets have been pounding him every turn. Okay, now what? What do we see over here? That's a heavy sniper turret. I guess I should probably knock this guy down first though, just to get a pilot injury in while I can. Vish is also good. Yeah, Vish is a lot easier. I'll probably go with that.
Commander?
Hmm.
Got it. Firing.
Target destroyed.
Now, Catch has got no protection at the moment. I'm just kind of hoping that they don't sensor lock him and pound him with LRMs.
Standing by.
We'll have to see what happens though. Maybe if I sprint Romulus in front of him, they might pick on him instead. He's pretty fresh. Oh, they're going for Doyle. That's fine.
Receiving you.
Ryland's kind of been left behind a little bit here. Guess I'll probably walk this way around. It's perhaps a little bit quicker than going all the way back and up.
Copy that.
Not seeing any reinforcements yet, but I am actually hoping for some, despite the fact I'm going to be a little bit worse for wear if I have to face them. Okay, that turret needs finishing. Let's pop vigilance, turn off some weapons. I'll fire 2 PPCs because one might miss and I need to finish this. There we go, all good.
Target destroyed.
Now where are we at? I need a sensor lock. That'll be a job for Catch actually. Before I do that, let's sprint Gromulus through. Let's give him some vigilance.
Got it.
And then I can sense lock, hopefully sense lock maybe that turret and then shoot it up with Rylan. Let's have a look. It's not in range, but this one is, I think. Alright, that'll do. Pretty sure Rylan will be able to reach the other one as well. What are you? Heavy laser turret. Ah, it's the LRM turret that I really want to get rid of.
Waiting for orders.
Never mind, we'll take whatever we can get. Ryland's going to have to switch off a lot of guns here. What can I even fire? Oh, I can still fire 2 for apparently no heat. Oh, that'll do.
Ready for orders. On it.
Aha! Reinforcements arrive. I think they come from up here. Yeah, there's the marker. I'm not in a great place for dealing with them.
Firing all weapons.
I think I'll have to back down the hill towards these trees over here. These here. I usually like to get all the turrets down and then use these trees and just look up the cliffs, but I have nowhere near enough time to achieve that position. At the very least, I want to make sure this LRM turret goes down. And we'll see what the other one is. Can I not get an angle? Oh, man. What about here? Yeah, that gets me an angle. Let's risk that. Hopefully I won't get shot in the back. But we've got to get this turret down. It does too much damage to be allowed to live. Okay, now what? Can't reach to sensor lock that turret right at the back. I'm still not sure what that is. I can't remember if they've got another LRM turret back there or a sniper turret or what. I think this one at the front was sniper. That was obviously LRM. This is heavy laser. Still not sure about that last one.
Commander. Copy that. Engaging target.
Nice job. Right.
That turret is gone.
So, one turret left, but I've got to worry about these reinforcements now because I do not want to be getting shot in the back, particularly not if they're assault mechs. I'm going to get wrecked so quickly.
Standing by.
I think it might be time for a sprint, you know. Let's sprint him down here. Hopefully nobody will be able to see him down there. Still worrying about my back position, but should have enough time to turn around and face him. Looks like they're going to run down this way at the moment.
Ready.
Right, let's keep moving catch. I do want to... I'm not going to get it, am I? Okay, it's time for a sprint then. And then perhaps next turn I'll get the sensor lock.
Run, don't shoot. Got it.
Well, next turn I'll definitely get the sensor lock because I'm right by the turret, relatively speaking now. So yeah, just sprint everyone. Try to reposition and get ready to face these assholes, whatever they may be. Still hoping for a thug. Right.
Aye, aye.
Ryland needs to lose some heat anyhow. He's almost caught up with the rest of the Lance. Okay.
Receiving you.
Finally, we can get that sensor lock on the last turret and see what it is.
I've got it.
Heavy shredder turret. Okay, that's not really a problem. Not if I'm going to be fighting from my current position. It's not, but since there are no enemy mechs in sight just yet from those reinforcements, we may as well try to wreck this turret. Cross it off the list. Hey, this is an 18+ channel, Infernal.
Turret destroyed.
No snowflakes here. Vish is asking Thug as in an Atlas. No. Thug is an 80-ton assault mech that was designed to be a counter to the Warhammer. The basic variant that I'm after, it packs 2 PPCs and a couple of SRM4s. And is most commonly seen being fielded by the Free Worlds League, which is why I'm fighting these guys as much as possible. It was only fairly recently added to the game, so it's a kit bash that someone's done, but there's also someone working on an actual Thug model as well. So that will get updated when that's finally complete, but we've got a placeholder Thug in the meantime. It looks pretty cool though from the ones I've encountered so far. Fits the bill. And I think it's one of my subscribers, Sarge. It's one of his favourite mechs, I think. So I've been trying to find one so we can have Sarge pilot a Thug in at least one mission. Just take it out for a spin.
Coordinates received.
Unfortunately, since finding 3 parts, I need a 4th to complete a whole thug, and the game just doesn't want to give me another. Just will not throw another thug at me at the moment. Right, so that's where they are now. I think I'm going to have to do a couple of rounds of awkward waiting. Gives me a chance to cool down anyhow, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get a better position than where I currently am before those guys are on top of me, so we're just going to hold here. And lose some heat while we're at it, and then once they come into sensor lock range, we'll start sensor locking and raining some missiles on their head. Hey Halcyon, how you doing? Ah, Sarge is here. You alright, mate? All you've missed so far is the last mission. There was an 80-ton mech, and it was an awesome. And now I'm doing another mission against House Marek. And we've got reinforcements coming in, but I don't know what's in it so far. Well, apart from this grasshopper that's just appeared. But the search for the thug continues. Oh, there's a 70-tonner behind that grasshopper. Disappointment. I've got a feeling this is just going to be a heavy lance, isn't it? We did have 2 banshees thrown at us in the first lance we encountered in this mission. Amazing stuff, yeah, we managed to headshot. Which variant was it? Was it something Q Banshee? It had an AC-20 and a small laser anyway, but Catch scored a headshot on that, which was nice.
Yes, Commander.
Right, let's pop vigilance on Catch because he's right at the front here. We're going to go for a precision strike on the CT. But I took Halcyon, Minobu, Buzzkill, and Sarge. You guys were out on the first mission. And nobody died, so you're all good. Buzzkill got a little bit injured, but only 9 days.
Good to go. All weapons are go.
That's right, Samurai. Something's got LRMs.
Receiving you.
But I hope you're well, Sarge. Hope it's nothing serious that you had to go to the doctors for.
Roger. Tango down.
Next, please. What do we see? Oh, there's a 90-tonner. Come on, man. Never-ending quest for the thug continues. Right, I'm going to reserve Catch, I think, for now. Let's see what the enemy does. Ah! We never did complete a Highlander 733P. There's another Highlander variant for our collection.
Yes, Commander.
How do I want to do this? Let me just try and knock it down first. Yeah, let's do this. Making an appointment for lab work to be done. Are they trying to study you to find the secret for your power? Or are they cloning you? That could be scary. Multiple Sarges everywhere. What should we do? I want to try for a lucky headshot on that guy. Just one attempt, just to see. I mean, we got a headshot without even trying on that Banshee. That was completely by accident. Wow, would you look at that? Just, you know, only 15% chance on headshots here because the cooled shot mastery is less effective. It's been nerfed a little bit in this mod. So that's why that is so damn rare, because it required 2 PPC hits to the head to get that kill. And Gromulus somehow has pulled that off. Oh my god, that was so lucky. Still, we'll take it. Right, and there's an 85 tonner and a 70 tonner left to deal with. Very disappointed that there's no 80 ton showing up there. It's obviously going to be a thug. Obviously not going to be a thug unless it's 80 tons, is it? Halcyon says making a date with some nurses. Probably. I bet that's what he's been doing. Right, I'm going to brace Doyle. Maybe they're trying to extract and bottle pure evil then, Sarge. Is that what it is?
Ready.
Okay. Gonna sense lock the 85 tonner.
Got a lock.
Now I've seen it's a Stalker. The 3F variant. Pretty damn scary. So we want to try and mess it up as much as possible before it arrives. And move Rylan across here. Okay, fall over. Well, he's not going to fall over from this volley. He's braced and everything. I'm going to do virtually nothing to him here. I mean, I'll still get a reasonable amount of stability damage. 3 bars isn't bad, is it? But
Standing by.
nowhere near as much as I was hoping for. Who's going to get shot by him? Not sure. We'll go for precision strikes first. Screw it. Right, just going nice and simple for the CT this time. We've already had our incredible luck. Well, we've had 2 headshots in this this mission. One that we aimed for, and one that was just blind luck.
All weapons committed.
So I doubt I'll be getting another. Not that I need another. I don't really want to salvage more Stalker parts, do I? Just want to get this guy killed. He is knocked down. Is it Groundhog Day, Sarge? Oh, hold on. That says Sarge. That almost caught me out. Who's done that? Who created that? That's hilarious. It even popped up in the same text color. In the name is the same color for me anyway. You, Rylan. That's brilliant. Because I read it, I was like, has Sarge gone a bit mental? He's typed the same thing again. And then I looked at the name more closely and it says Sarge Clone. Oh, that's brilliant. Love it.
Standing by.
Sarge Clone has followed me. Oh dear. Right, what am I doing? I want vigilance actually on catch just for a bit of extra protection, and then actually I think I'll sensor lock this Stalker because we made so much progress towards nailing him. Samurai says, at this point you have a 1,000 ton scrap heap with a sign next to it that says Stalker bits. Quite possibly. Oh man, I'm glad I hit vigilance at that point. That stalker popping up, shooting everything he's got to catch. That could have been very painful. I mean, it was still pretty painful. Could have been a lot worse though. How's his CT looking? Man, his CT is not looking anywhere near as wrecked as I was hoping it would be. Right, let's vent some heat with Rylan, and it's time for the wrecking ball once again.
Acknowledged.
Oh yeah, that one. Yeah, check that out, Sarge. It's kind of a nice little story, amusing as well. But as I said to Grom, you can't trust those cookie-selling psychos. Nice shooting. Good. Right. So just the grasshopper to deal with, and then we've got to wreck a couple more buildings, I guess.
Ready for orders. Now, let's see how you handle this.
So Grom says, always wondered why my sister, who was a Girl Scout, was a screaming banshee. Now I know it's the D&D player in her trying to get out. That's in relation to the image link there. Click the link and the rest of that will make sense.
Receiving you.
Right. Can't get the machine guns into range yet. We'll let him come a little closer before we burst out of cover. Yeah, let's go for more vigilance. And then we'll just shoot at him.
Ready for orders. Aye, aye.
Yeah, like every now and then, because way back when I was at university, when I was a student, like one of my part-time jobs I was doing while I was at uni was working for Games Workshop. I think by now most of you will have heard of Games Workshop,
Critical hit, Commander.
if for no other reason than the computer games by this point in time. But back then it was still, you know, seen as quite a nerdy thing. And every now and then you get you know, some young lads would come by. They'd come in the store with the sole purpose of trying to take the piss out of you, basically, and just have a laugh at everything and mock it. And so often by the end of it, you get them playing an intro game and they start off trying to take the piss and thinking, oh, this is a joke. By the end of it, they're walking out like, oh, I want to buy some of this. That's actually quite good. Like, think, yes, got him. That's what you get. You can get them hooked so easily. Once they realise, you know, once they start actually playing it and realising how much fun it is smashing your mates up in a tabletop game, they stop taking the piss and start actually liking it.
Position confirmed.
Roger that. Heading out.
Orders.
Okay, right, just 2 buildings to smash up, is it?
Acknowledged. Acknowledged. Brought it down, Commander. Ready for orders. Got it. Roger. One last structure.
Leopard inbound, Commander. I'll meet you at the LZ.
Oh, that sounds awesome. Samurai says, I do miss having a game store to go to. All my friends when I was in San Diego would go to it. And it was right next to a virtual world Battletech pod place as well, so we had all kinds of nerd fun. Man, I don't think they ever had the Battletech pod things over in Britain. I would so love to have played in one of those. I've obviously seen them. I've seen footage of people playing them at various conventions and whatnot, but never touched one. Never been near one. Hey Nexus, how you doing? Morning, afternoon, evening, yeah, whatever time of day it is. For me, it's kind of getting on for late afternoon. So we can complete the Highlander 733P. So we finally get a whole one of those. Not really sure what I'd do with one. 4 energy, 3 missile, and 3 support slots. I'm sure I can find a use for one. Decent AC-20 there. What else is there? Plus 10 damage, medium lasers. It's only a 20% stability gyro. Well, I'm allowed to choose one more piece of salvage. I'm tempted to take another piece of Highlander 733P just because they don't seem to appear that often. But also, the Banshee 3Q we don't own any of, but Banshees are just terrible. It's so... I just can't bring myself to deliberately take a piece of Banshee salvage when they're so bad. So yeah, I'm going to take another Highlander piece. Let's see what we get on the roll. No, nothing to shout about really. Yeah, the Banshee is so bad, Vish. It's just that variant. I think that had 2 ballistic. Was it 1 energy hardpoint? It's just all kinds of terrible. The main problem with the Banshees is they're all engines, so you get very little amount of space for weaponry in them. I think there's one variant that we keep talking about. Is it the Banshee S? Sarge? I keep forgetting. I think there's a Banshee variant in this mod that actually isn't so bad. That actually can field a decent amount of weapons, but I haven't found it. I haven't encountered one yet, to my knowledge. Yeah, there you go. Sarge says the only decent Banshee is the S. So that's the one that I would take pieces of if we do ever see one. But not so far. Alright, let's move that. Plonk that there. I haven't decided what I want to do with this Highlander yet. I'm going to hold off. Oh no, I'm about to travel, aren't I? So I guess I should build it. Just double check, but I'm pretty sure that I am traveling. Yeah, I'm traveling. What's my reputation like with Free Worlds League now? Again, don't want to have it drop too low and start denying me doing any half decent missions with them, but I still do want to keep smashing them up as much as possible to try to find that thug part. Right. Oh, look at all these Highlanders. We've gone from all stalkers to a shitload of Highlanders now. Right. Let me just have a look at what I can do with this, because there are certainly things that could be done with all these energy hard points. Where are the support weapon hard points? Alright, okay. Well, let's just have a look, because I think Samurai was suggesting medium lasers and SRM 6s to start with. So we'll just show what that looks like, but I've got something else in mind. Whoops, what am I doing? There it is. I've got something else in mind for this, I think. that might squeeze a little bit more damage out of it. Why do I keep trying to slap weapons in where I've run out of slots? I was going to try chucking some machine guns in as well. Let's get half a ton of ammo is probably enough. And a buttload of heat sinks. Now, Samurai was also suggesting jump jets, but you know how I feel about jump jets. We'll see what the actually I think there's going to be room for jump jets. This is going to end up being so heat efficient. There's definitely room for jump jets. Do you know what? I might actually stick with this. I suppose it would be nice to have at least a mech that's got some jump jets in. It's very heat efficient, man, ridiculously heat efficient. I mean, the damage on it isn't too bad. I mean, obviously there's plenty of brawling assaults that do more damage than this, but this one does have jump jets, which brings something to the table that the others don't. Okay, so let's get a actually, is that, oh, I do have a spare one of those, so let's get that in, and a stability gyro. Can I afford to make those machine gun small lasers, or is that just going to push my heat up too much? Let's just experiment a second. I can always go back to those machine guns, can't I? Let's just slap in some small lasers. Because if you can get away with small lasers in something, they do a bit more damage than machine guns. Yeah, okay, well that is hotter, but I mean you're not going to be firing these all the time, are you? And it gives half a ton spare, which I think I would invest in upping the, whoops, gone too nuts there, upping the rear armors a little more. That's a lot of armor. Heat efficient enough, because what I tend to look at for heat efficiency is if you remove the support weapons, you look at the heat efficiency without the support weapons, because these are the weapons you're going to be firing most of the time. So that is incredible. I mean, you're only gaining 3 heat per alpha of this weaponry here. So you can afford to have it looking less good once you add these small lasers in, because you're not going to be firing them every turn. You're not constantly going to be right up close. So the few occasions you do get to fire them, I mean, that's still actually a fairly respectable heat efficiency, even with those in. And the other reason I want a higher heat efficiency, so again, if you discount these small lasers, pretend that most of the time they're not going to be fired. These 7 weapon systems here are what are going to be fired a lot. Jump jets do cause a bunch of heat, as I'm sure you know, and just obviously if you want to make use of those, you need a pretty heat efficient mech. So I mean that works, or I could just go for the machine guns and be even more heat efficient and even more jumpy. Do you know what? I think I'm going to do that because I am a massive fan of machine guns, particularly since they've been improved. You know, well, not the standard ones haven't been improved, but there are improved versions of the machine gun in this mod, which I like. And you don't need a lot of ammo to make use of them. I'm just going to go with half a ton. So we will drop our armor back down. Means being a little bit more vulnerable, but that heat efficiency, I'm going to be able to jump as much as I like and still keep shooting, which I think is quite a big advantage. And since this is like my only mech in the mech bay that has jump jets, I may as well make it so it can jump a lot. What have I been missing while I've been pottering around with that?
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
So Nexus is saying, so here's an idea I wish was in the game. A player mission flashpoint creator you could publish into a site where upvoted creations could appear in the game. The creator would allow users to pick and drop from an asset list that would then auto-generate contract rewards / effects. What do you think? That sounds interesting. Who's going to make it? I can't. But it sounds cool. Yeah, that's interesting. Right, now, where was I? Let's just check Pilot XP since we've done some missions. Well, we did at least one mission with guys that aren't already maxed out. Buzzkill, you ready for a level up? No, not yet. Halcyon, we took Halcyon out. Yeah, let's get another point in gunnery for Halcyon.
Training complete.
Who else went out? Minobu went out. Oh, still saving for Minobu and Sarge.
Waiting for orders.
Still saving for Sarge. Okay, it's time for travelling. Let's have a look where we can go. Because the downside is I've kind of exhausted this area, having done a lot of missions around it. So I need to start thinking about going back the other way, which is annoying because it means not finding as many Marek missions. There is a Marek presence on Bellatrix. What about Victoria? Okay, so I can go back this way and still find relevant missions in theory. So we'll stop by at Bellatrix, former Star League presence, chance of lost tech. Not particularly high level place, but we might find a Force skull there if we're lucky. And then travel on to Victoria after that. But unfortunately I've exhausted that previous area. So I'm going to be just finding one or maybe two contracts at a time if I keep hanging around there. Need to travel away a little bit, give them time to refresh properly. No, I'm completely sober, Sarge. Just felt like a change, that's all. We might even take it out on a mission at some point. Okay, what's going on here? Play a friendly game. Catch and Halcyon both have high spirits for 30 days. That's cool, we'll take that. Just 1 second. Something showing up on my camera behind me that looks white. I'm trying to figure out, is that my little heater or is that something else? I have to flip over for a bigger view and just see. Is that? Possibly just the heater. Now I've moved it. A little bit of blue tinge though. Okay, hold on. Just let me play with the filter for a second. Blue tinge is annoying me. There we go. I think I fixed it. Okay. Planning about complete. Alright, let's visit the store. Pray for some lost tech. Some lovely, lovely lost tech. What we got? A rare urban mech. The R60L variant sacrifices armor to upscale its autocannon 10 to an autocannon 20. Oh my god. The AC-20 Irby. That's brutal. Right. I still need more plus 10 damage AC-10s. Just not seeming to show up, are they? Pretty rare, I guess. Okay, nothing there that I want. Let's check out the contracts. Well, disappointment. There's only one contract here. And it's against pirates. And it's an escort mission, man. And it's in the Badlands. Can you throw more reasons at me to not want to do this mission? We're going to have to do it, though, because we've just been traveling for a bunch. And we need the cash. Not looking forward to this. It's 4.5 skull as well. Still, fighting pirates, there's chance of Atlas, chance of King Crab. We've never managed to get a whole Atlas in this playthrough, have we? So I think I'm not too happy about is I want to use Team Frosty Reception a little bit more, because obviously these guys are all maxed out. But for tough missions in hot environments, it makes more sense to use these guys because they handle that environment much better. And since this game can throw, well, this mod rather, I should say, can throw some difficult lancers at you here and there, I'm reluctant to take too many risks. So I guess I will take these guys out again. Who else got high spirits? Halcyon did. Okay, let's swap Doyle out and get Halcyon in. He's in high spirits. So we've got one less experienced pilot in. Okay, yeah, let's go with this. So I was thinking about putting Alto in place of Catch, but Catch is in high spirits as well, so we'll definitely want to leave him in. Yeah, okay. No, I'm not going to take Brawlers for this. Yeah, because the Badlands, there are some nasty escort environments with like hardly any cover at all that I'm concerned I might just simply have to use range and sensor lock to overcome what I'm up against. So we'll go with that. Yeah, the heat bank was only what was it? It was a 10.5 heat bank, and I know there are definitely better ones out there. I think we've got one, haven't we, in the Harrylander? That's much better. I think is it a 3010 one we've got in the Harrylander? But they can be handy. Yeah, Sarge says, no problems. Right pilots for the right missions is always the way to go. Yeah, I agree, but there's definitely, once I get my pilots to maxed out, I definitely think like, oh, every time I'm using them, I'm thinking, oh, I'm wasting XP here. I could be using this XP on other pilots. But at the same time, you know, you don't want to put out too weak a lance and lose. You know, you don't want to have your mechs blown up or your pilots killed. So I think having Halcyon in this one, that's one pilot that's making some gains anyway, and he can be babysat with the other 3 strong pilots.
Command interface initiated.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, this map. Right, so yep. Oh, I could have taken the brawlers, you know, because sometimes I manage to make it to these trees and their lance spawns in there. Could have gone nuts shooting at point blank. Never mind. Still, we've got to get through this phase first.
Good to go.
And this can be quite nasty, just at removing the blocking force, especially on this level of difficulty.
I copy. Moving to position. Ready for orders.
Romulus says, on this team, we don't have to worry about the enemy. Doyle has tried to kill all of us and some of us twice. Lies and slander. This blocking force shouldn't be too problematic, actually, looking at them. Let's just sprint for good positions initially. And where's Gromulus? Yeah, I think we're definitely going to run Gromulus to the front and out in the open, because that's super safe. I'll show you trying to get you killed. Right, what we got? We got a Shadowhawk 2H, some kind of 60-tonner, and another 60-tonner. Right.
How's it going? I copy.
Just moving everyone into cover first. We'll worry about shooting next round. Just want to get into some decent positions initially. I think Rylan is still top of the most injured chart.
Damage is minor.
Catch wasn't far behind him though, and Catch is definitely catching up. I don't like this rule.
Let's get this done.
Right, is that full lance now? That's 4 mechs. Yeah. Okay. What should we kill first?
Waiting for orders.
Yeah, let's move Ryland so we can get a view on that 60-ton mech. Figure out what that is at the same time. So that's an Ostrock. Okay, they can be kind of nasty. But this guy's not in any kind of cover. Oh, they've all been reserved though, so he can be in cover anytime he wants to be. Still, on the other hand, he might move into this cover. If this guy chooses to move forward, he's going to be out of cover. Okay, well, I'm going to try firing the LRMs at the Ostrock first. Because the AI is still yet to move all of its things. And I'm just kind of gambling on where that guy's going to end up. Will be not in cover. Super genius Doyle, there you go. He's moved out of cover. Why do I feel like chat is ganging up on me now? Right. Where's Gromulus?
Ready for orders.
Let's get him right to the front. No, I'm kidding. Gromulus is in my Lost Tech filled Harry Lander. I definitely don't want that getting smashed to pieces. Catch can take his usual role at the front here in his 100-ton beast. I actually think I'll give him vigilance as well, a bit of extra survivability, and then we'll go precision strike on the CT of that guy.
All right,
Hey, Doyle doesn't run a democracy. Doyle has never run democracies. Everything I've ever been in charge of has been a definite dictatorship. Ask anyone that worked on MRBC with me.
receiving you.
Dictatorship is the most efficient form of government.
On it.
Right, let's go for a precision strike. See if we can knock off that ballistic torso. Looks good. There it goes. No AC5 for you, Mr. Shadowhawk. And a dragon appears. Okay, not too scary. Glad I got the extra protection for catch there.
Reporting minimal damage.
Standing by.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep moving Halcyon forwards a little bit. He's my next most tanky. And yeah, look at that. High spirits, precision strike, so worthwhile. Although, lacking cool shot mastery, I'm still going to do it. 54% chance to hit the CT. It's good enough for me. And what's this 75 tonner? Well, he's got a PPC. I reckon that's a Black Knight then.
Waiting for orders.
Okay, continuing to move catch forwards. A little bit risky here, but I actually want to go for a precision strike on the center torso of this dragon because I've got all the machine guns in range as well.
Firing a full salvo.
We're going to do him some serious damage. In theory.
Take that.
Yep, he's looking pretty bad. 10 hit points left on his ballistic arm, and 79 in the center torso. Okay, how to do this?
What's up, boss?
Halcyon has enough.
On the move.
Thanks to the high spirits, there's enough resolve to do a cool shot with Halcyon. So we're going to try for the center on this dragon,
Firing a full
since he's the
salvo.
closest target to me at the moment, and therefore a risk to the cockpit of catch. If he runs in and punches, I could have a dead pilot, so we don't want that, especially not with these rules that people are making up that I'm in no way agreeing to. We want to make sure we don't get anyone killed. It's a marauder, of course. Why didn't I consider marauders? They're 75 tons and have PPCs as well.
Yes, Commander. Confirmed. Firing all weapons.
In a dictatorship, there's only one vote, Sarge. Hold on, you were in the military. You know how that works. There's no voting in the Marines. Okay, so just this marauder left. We've not taken too much damage.
My armor's getting stripped
Clearing
off.
this blocking lance out, which is good. They were a pretty low firepower lance, to be fair, though.
Locking in all
He's running a little bit hot. Got a nice, healthy glow about him there.
reporting. Critical hit.
They're voting for a coup. It's not going to work.
Standing by.
Rule number one of running a dictatorship: make sure that your military and your police force are very well paid. They need to be the best paid. I know what I'm doing here. You're not going to pull this off.
Targeting for
You can't afford to outbribe me.
Commander.
The dictatorship of Doyle will stand firm. Right, just going to go for a quick finish on this guy. Get him done. Doyle's not on this mission, Sarge. Doyle's safely back on the dropship. Right, now we have to run everyone into a good position before we trigger the convoy.
Aye, aye.
Again, even more vital to do that strategy, that way of approaching things than ever before, because the AI, you can no longer just shoot them and tag them and stop them from shooting your convoy up. They will just ignore that and shoot your convoy up anyhow. So definitely got to get ourselves in a good position.
Moving to position.
We've got to kill them as quickly as possible when they do appear.
Affirmative.
Moving out.
Standing by.
Okay, I think that will do. Let's go trigger.
Position confirmed.
Rule number 2 of being a dictator: don't trust anyone that's offering to give you tea. Buzzkill. But we got an AC carrier, probably a couple of strikers, and a dragon. It's a Dragon 1C as well. Extra pathetic dragon. So yeah, not really scary at all. Not to me anyway. But I do need to make sure they're not wrecking my convoy. I reckon the AC carrier is actually the biggest threat here, so we're going to go for a cooled shot on that.
Reporting vehicle destroyed.
I don't mind tea, it's alright. I prefer coffee, but I have to have decaffeinated coffee though, which is kind of boring.
Receiving you. On my way.
I'm not very stereotypical for English. I'm actually not really that English, apart from being born here and growing up here.
Firing on target. Commander. On the move.
What's my priority here? Try and look at smashing the striker or continue work on the dragon. Let's just carry on working on the dragon, I guess.
Now let's see how you handle this.
Ready for orders.
I keep having to switch my microphone off when Willow's attacking her toy. So noisy. Need to perhaps like unhook that while I'm doing a stream, but then I'd feel bad because I know she likes it.
Aye, aye.
But I swear she's doing it to troll me now.
Target taking a
She
quick
knows that at a certain time when she's doing it, I'll look over. It's like, what are you doing? Like, can you just not? And she just looks at you and does it more. You can't hear it. Oh, that's good. Well, you see, I notice it. I think the reason you can't hear it is because I'm generally muting it in time. But the next time it happens, I'll leave it on because I see it register on my mic levels. So I know it does get picked up, but I don't know how noticeable it is with the background music or the game sounds going on. I assume if Rylan is letting rip with the wrecking ball, you probably don't hear it. Because the sound of all those missiles will cover it up.
Firing. Full complement on enemy. Enemy down.
That's right, Rylan. Okay, so just a couple of strikers to deal with now. Ah, that's striker SRM, and then a standard one. But obviously, the usual thing is there's a third lance on this map as well, so we'll move into position to deal with that as soon as these guys are out of the way. It should be by the end of this round of firing. And we've got to be pretty quick about things because obviously our convoy is going to keep moving and is going to get ever closer to the extraction point. And as soon as they hit that, they will trigger the arrival of the final lance, and I want to be in position before that occurs.
Vehicle destroyed.
Receiving you. Confirmed.
Move order received.
Orders. Location confirmed.
Okay, don't want to move Ryland too far away from this guy at the back. Don't want him getting left behind. And of course, he's just sitting there. It must be programmed into the AI that they always end up with one straggler at the back, just to cause you as much grief as possible.
Coordinates received.
Position confirmed.
Well, what about the Galactic Empire as well? You've not told them.
Position confirmed. Roger that.
Okay,
Move into position.
we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it to my favourite patch of trees. Now, if I remember rightly, the last time we encountered this map, the AI had a little bit of a mental fit, and we had a Lance of Force spawn over here. A Stalker actually moved and engaged us, but the other three mechs just kind of lined up there and did nothing but brace. I remember they didn't even shoot at us, did they? Now, I did talk to Harry about that, and he spoke to the guy that works on the AI, just in case there's anything that they can do about it. But I think the consensus was it was a vanilla AI problem. So let's see if they get confused again, or whether something different occurs, because it's not every time that I've seen that. It was just the last time we did it.
Aye, aye.
Literally all sci-fi being covered now. Ah, what was the name of the bad guys in Farscape? You've not covered them yet. Ah, what were they? Oh, it's gone out of my head. It's been so many years since I've watched Farscape.
I can't.
Is that what it was, Nexus? I honestly can't remember. I have to take your word for that. I mean, I remember the main bad dude was like this weird guy in a gimp suit. Just strange guy. The Peacekeepers. They were Peacekeepers, weren't they? Because
Receiving you.
Claudia Black's character, she was originally a Peacekeeper, wasn't she? Something like that. Yeah, and I think, yeah, Sebaceans. I think that was the race, wasn't it? Something like that. Nexus is saying.
Standing by.
Right, we're in position. We're set up, and reinforcement lance triggered.
Good work, Commander. Hold this position until the package is underway.
Oh, how can we forget Firefly? Oh, that's got to be in there, hasn't it? Scarrans, yes. Ah, Nexus, well done. Scarrans, they were definitely a thing in Farscape. Sarge also sent messages to DC and Marvel's universes. Just getting everything covered there. Did I just see that jump behind me? Oh no, it didn't jump behind me. It's all good. It's all good. Right, what have we got? We've got a quick draw, Hunchback, Wolverine, and an Archer. Okay, Archer, you're dying first. Let's see what they do, because so far... Oh crap. Quick draw's behind me. He didn't shoot though. See, they haven't shot. All they've done is brace.
Yes, Commander. Ready for orders.
This is scary as hell. I don't want a jumping quick draw in my back. But he's got loads of evasion and defense, so I guess I'll go for the Archer.
I copy.
You're going to start running out of sci-fis soon. I'm going to tell Sauron we need to stretch into fantasy now. We're running out of sci-fis. Time to roll out Lord of the Rings.
Ready.
I don't want that in my back. Where can I even go? There's nowhere to go. No matter where I go with Catch, there's a thing in his back. Oh man, this is bad. This is very, very bad.
Confirm.
Still, let's just focus on taking down the Archer. That's the most scary thing. Oh, please die, Archer.
Scored a critical hit.
Oh, they're not going to help Grom. They're lost.
Standing by.
Maybe if I just, you know, stand right behind Catch, I can protect his rear a little. Probably not going to work, is it? But, you know, we'll try. So I don't even think that's blocking the shot at all. Probably not. Never mind. Let's try to finish this Archer. There we go, Archer down. Well, that was the scariest thing. Now, what's that? Is that the AC-10 one? It is. AC-10 Hunchback. So that's possibly the next scariest thing. Yeah, look, again, they haven't shot. He's just moved and braced. There's definitely something about this map and about moving to that position. Yeah, he's not going to shoot, is he? Are you seeing this, guys? They just don't shoot you. I mean, I'd be in serious trouble. Like, this quick draw would have been shooting my ass out. But it's just not happening.
Standing by.
Yes, Commander. Acknowledged.
Well, I hope Harebrained are aware of that, because I think, because it only seems to happen on this map, it's got to be an issue with this map. Perhaps, I don't know. I don't know why it's occurring, but either way, it's
Hostile removed.
a shame, because that's twice now, and it's twice in a row that I've played this map and had the same result with this final lance of AI coming in and just doing nothing but brace, not really knowing what to do with themselves.
On my way.
Yeah, the AI was set up for doing some serious damage, Empower, that's right. And then they've just braced over and over. And this is what happened last time. I mean, they're in different positions. Like last time, they all kind of lined up in this little space here, along there, and just braced, except for a single Stalker who ran forward. So the Stalker ran forward and actually did shoot at me once before I killed it. That was the last time I saw this situation. This time, I killed the Archer before he had a chance to move, so who knows, that might have been the one mech they had that actually would have engaged. But all of the others, yeah, they got good enough positions surrounding me, and then just didn't fire at all.
What's up, boss?
Really, really weird. But it definitely confirms it to me that it wasn't just some freak occurrence, because that's now the second time in a row that I've seen this. So the very last time I played this map on Escort, the same thing happened. Now that was a few streams back, probably quite a while ago now. But it was definitely this exact same mission. Buzzkill says Centaur's position to the Borg, Pennywise, the aliens and Predators, the Terminators, Ming the Merciless, Hal, and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Wow, what a list that is. What am I doing? Just killing these apparent target dummies, I guess, is one way of looking at them.
Tango's trash.
Empower says, I think last time AI didn't attack until the convoy was gone. Maybe that's what's confusing them. So, what I'll do then is I'll leave this last guy standing if he's not attacked. Yeah. So I'll not shoot it. I'm just gonna reposition and hit done. I'm not gonna wipe this guy out yet. We'll see if that makes a difference. See if once that last convoy vehicle escapes, it starts behaving any differently, because then we'll know if it's being affected by the convoy or not, won't we?
Commander, position confirmed.
receiving you. Move order received.
Sarge says they're waiting for Doyle to show up. We will see.
Objective is secured.
Right, so convoy extracted. Let's see if the AI behaves any differently now. Enemy turn. What's it going to do? Is it going to just move and brace? Aha. Right. So it's...
I'm hit. Oh, I'm hit.
Romulus immediately injured. Brilliant. Well, that was definitely a worthwhile experiment because it's clearly something to do with the convoy, and they're getting confused about whether to shoot anything. I guess they want to shoot the convoy, but they can't, and they're out of range, so they're just bracing instead. Because the convoy disappearing has obviously returned the AI's actions to normal, and it's now engaging as it would ordinarily do. Where's Harry when you need him? I hope he sees this. I'll let him know about it and get him to send this to the guy that works on the AI tweaks, just in case it's something that's been tweaked that's affecting it.
I copy.
Because I don't remember seeing this in the vanilla. I'm not 100% sure that this is a vanilla bug. There you go. Gromulus gets his revenge, just nailing that guy through the rear CT. Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? So where am I in the stream? What am I, like 2 hours in? Yeah. About 2 hours and 22 minutes on the timer. Ah, the Wraith from Stargate Atlantis. Yeah, forgot about that. Shell was a massive Stargate fan, you know. She used to watch that all the time. And therefore, by default, I saw a lot of it as well. Empower says, if you do this again, keep your mechs south by the convoy. Wonder if they move and shoot then. I bet they probably do, you know. I reckon it's possibly a combination of the position I'm taking and then being aware of my mechs being there, not being able to just go after the convoy and shoot at it, and then just ending up doing nothing instead. But I think that's definitely worth experimenting with Empower. So next time we see this particular map, I will not take my favourite position. But I think I'd remember if this was something that I'd encountered in vanilla, and I don't remember encountering that same problem in vanilla at all. I think this is possibly a tweak problem. We'll see though. I'm not really sure what I want here. I've taken a couple of improved machine guns because we are using them on a few mechs now. The Highlander and the King Crab, so on 2 mechs at least. Might finish off the Ostrock 2C just so we got one of those. Yeah, that'll do me, I think. The mech I had with the convoy, does he have ECM? Yeah, no, that definitely no ECM in my equipment. I think even finding ECM mechs in this is really rare. There's there's a Raven variant and maybe a Cataphract variant that might have it. Possibly the Atlas DDC as well. I don't know though, because I've never met an Atlas DDC. Yeah, that was a weird one. So we've got things to try to remember next time we encounter it. So we'll not move to those trees, and we'll see if the AI just comes for the convoy if I'm in a different position. The downside of that is there isn't any cover up near the convoy's route, but we'll do. Oh, excuse me, but we'll deal with it just for the sake of testing and seeing what's going on there. All right, I need to put this Ostrock into storage. Don't need you at this stage. Now then, what am I going to do here? I want that, and I want that, and I want that, and I want that, and I want that. Damn it! my costs are getting pretty astronomical, like over 900k a month at this point. So I was just trying to see, oh, is there anything I can just put away? Because obviously my pilots are going to keep leveling up as well, so that's going to be over $1 million before I know it. But I want all of these. I don't want to put any of them away. Damn it. Okay. Let's check contracts. No, I don't know who the Hilgarans are at all, Gromulus. That must be before my time. Please do educate us though. Who are the Hilgarans? What are they from? Oh, it's from Homeworld. Oh wow, yeah, no, clearly I didn't remember that. I even played Homeworld many years ago. Not the remastered version, the original one. This is when me and Furious Falcon, or sometimes known as Fat Falcon, we used to house share, and he introduced me to that game. We used to live together, like university days and all of that. Right, we need to travel, and we're going to Victoria next. Or are we? Do we want to stop by at Quimberton? I mean, it is on the way, and it might have a contract, and there is a Marek presence. Yeah, let's stop here.
By your command.
Yeah, my memory is not that good, Gromulus. Oh, this looks like a job for Sarge. Next it says Battletech trivia quiz. What is a Sloan 220 lockover? I ain't got a clue. I have no idea what you're on about. Sarge or someone with Google. See if we can answer that.
Looks like we've arrived, Commander.
Sarge says a special targeting computer. Gromulus says something rude. Always picking on Sarge, aren't you? Alright, what's this? Champion 2N. We've already played around with the champion. We finally did get a whole one of those, didn't we? Anything else cool here? Comms system, it's only +2. Eat bank, no, it's only a standard. Black market. What's on the black market? Since we pay so much to have access to this. Ah, final piece of a battle master. Could finish that off, but I'm not going to buy that. One, because it probably won't get used. Two, I don't feel like I'm financially stable enough to be splaffing money about on 1 mil plus mech parts at this stage. Oh wow, we could buy an entire Charger 1A1. Well, I can't afford it, but who in their right mind would ever buy that? 5 small lasers. No thank you. There is +2 comm system. Right. Oh, what's that? No. Damn it. I want the plus 10 damage AC-10s. Okay, let's check out the contracts. And next it says, yes, indeed, it was the targeting system for the Star League era Clint, especially noticed for its accuracy. A targeting and tracking system. There we go. Of course, Sarge was the only one that was able to answer that. Right. Have we got a Marek mission? We have. We can upset them even further. It's an assassinate as well. What's this one? It's against Federated Suns. And this one? That's against the Capellans. Well, I think I'm going to do all of these. Doesn't really matter what order. A little bit upsetting to be dropping down a rep category with House Marek, but there isn't a mission I can do for them around here at the moment, so we'll just have to take the hit and do some, maybe even do a 3 skull for them at some point to build it back up. But okay, we're in a tundra environment. That's a job for Team Frosty Reception. Let's get Sarge out. Let's get Minobu. And Buzzkill. And room for one more. Room for one more. We got Johnny. Johnny's not been out for a while, has he? Yeah, let's give Johnny a mission. Alright, it's an assassination. Okay. It's alright. I've got 3 pretty competent pilots. I'm sure we can handle Johnny being a little bit less. Kind of tempted to take a different mech out just for some variety. Shall we take our jumping Highlander out for a spin? Johnny's got 8 for piloting. It's not too bad, is it? Yeah, so let's take the new Highlander 733P out just for a bit of a change. We can do some jumping. Buzzkills celebrate. Is that because you're in the mission, Buzzkill? Are you celebrating the possible impending death? It's always safer to stay at home. Buzzkill says, hear that, Sarge, we're only pretty competent. I did say that, yeah. That's a compliment in my book. You should be pleased at your pretty competent status. Oh dear. Look, if you both make it through this mission alive, maybe I'll consider upping your ability status to okay. Does that sound better? Buzzkill says that's like getting lumped in with the army for a Marine. Oh, don't go upsetting the infantry. They'll steal your nice things.
Command interface initiated.
Oh dear. Right, what are we doing?
Look at that.
Oh crap. Yeah. We're doing an assassination mission. And there are enemies everywhere. How do I want to engage? I guess this side first, because that's nearest. Look at those jump jets. I mean, pointless, because I can probably sprint further. Yeah, I can sprint further.
Roger that.
I'm sure they'll come in handy at some point.
Sensors have something. Located Location confirmed. Confirmed.
But I could really drive people mad by just going through the whole mission and never using the jets once. just ground pound him. Oh, well, Marine infantry is different to general infantry, though. That's what I meant, Buzzkill.
Standing by.
Do I get an early sensor lock in here? Actually, I'll reserve Buzzkill first. Let's see. Okay.
Waiting for orders.
Yeah, now we'll plod him forward a little bit and go for a sensor lock on that vehicle. May as well fire some missiles at it.
Got a sensor
It's a
lock.
demolisher. Oh joy.
Keep your eyes peeled, Commander. This looks like an ideal place for an ambush.
Good to go. On my way.
What's this? 50 tons? No.
Firing. Full complement.
Not what we want. We want to see an 80 tonner. Sarge says, notice that Doyle didn't come on this mission. And Buzzkill says, I noticed, very suspicious to say the least. That's because I'm back on the dropship, filling your pillowcases with turds. That's why I'm not on this mission. Hope you have a good night's sleep, boys.
I get it. On the move.
Alright, let's get this demolisher wrecked. There we go, nice shooting from Sarge there.
Reporting. Vehicle destroyed.
Okay, so that's definitely a
Ready to
4
get it on.
thingy lance.
Lifting off.
Jump jets! Whee! And brace. I thought my eye was itchy, Buzzkill. That's 45-ton mech back there. And every time I see one, I keep thinking I've still never found the Blackjack 1X. And I really, 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 really would like to get a Blackjack 1X. And it's one of those rare chassis that you've got to be pretty lucky to get a whole one.
Receiving you. On my way.
Sarge says he's calling his mummy and saying everyone's treating him badly. Yeah, I don't think my mum would have sympathy for that.
Good to go. What's up, boss?
How do I want to do this? I actually want to keep my distance at the moment, since I'm not going to make it to that tree line. So I'm just backing up to where I came from. Let's go for a precision strike with Sarge though on this trebuchet. Would be nice to get him nailed. Beautiful shooting. That will do nicely. Okay, he's dealt with. Oh, no. No hair remover in my shampoo, thank you. Alright, let's just sprint for the trees. He's not going to make it, but I have given him vigilance, so he's got a bit of protection. And we see that this 45-tonner is only a Vindicator. Disappointment. Oh god, there's a 60-ton vehicle back there.
Commander.
A little bit concerning.
Affirmative. what you got.
Okay, pretty sure that 60-ton is nothing scary.
Got something you want
Because
done?
that wasn't a massive cloud of missiles or anything like that. So
Acknowledge.
we're all good, I think.
Commander. Got it.
Yeah, it's just a manticore.
Alpha strike. Yes, Commander. Moving to position. Firing full complement on the enemy. Reporting critical hit.
Okay,
Ready for orders.
time for jump jetting Johnny. That works. Where can I get him to where I can use those machine guns? That'll do nicely. Here he goes, jumping Johnny. Jumping in.
Giving him everything I've got.
Made quite a mess of that Vindicator. It's alright, Sarge. I don't need to use the cook. I can cook. I'm all good.
Barely hit, Commander.
Of course that Manticore's still standing, isn't it? Somehow survived the barrage of missiles from Minobu. Oh, he's trying to get his own back.
Nothing I can't handle. Hot damn. Let's do this.
Right, I think machine gun this guy to death with the King Crab. Grom says, on my ship, if you were not part of the mess crew, you got pots and pans thrown at you for coming behind the line. Sounds fair.
Style eliminated. Waiting for orders. Let's move.
Oh, Shell's probably listening to the stream. She will not mind one bit.
Alpha strike. Vehicle down.
We've been together for like, what is it, something like 17 years now, I think. Long time. She's well used to me, and I'm well used to her by this point. Oh, itching powder, man. I forgot that stuff existed. I remember that when I was a kid. Used to be able to get it from joke shops.
What's up, boss?
That and stink bombs as well. They were disgusting.
Confirmed.
Communist says, let me see if I can find a pic of something. Standard line, better not be a penis. Sorry, we can trust Grom by now. He's never linked anything wrong or disgusting.
Minimum damage. This guy's nothing.
Right. Buzzkill says yet. Yeah. A fair point.
Roger.
Alright. Can you smash this Wolverine up, please, Buzzkill?
Target locked.
Knock him over. Or just kill him. Yep, killing him is also fine.
And that's the way we do it.
And it's all super low level stuff here, isn't it? Maybe we'll get an assault mech for the assassination target. I don't know though. More jumping for Johnny.
Using jump jet.
Dead is still knocked over, says Buzzkill. That's true. Can't argue with that. That's not worth it. Not got cool shot mastery, has he? Okay, so Gromulus says, here's the pick. They just fit right into a CO2 pellet pistol. Now, I coated one with poison ivy juice and shot it into someone who was breaking into my home back in the 80s. While they did not catch the guy, they found him 2 days later at the hospital. Man, I bet he was itching. Oh, nasty looking little darts. That's mean.
How's it going?
But that's what you get if you're going to try and break into someone's house.
Roger.
You deserve everything you get. Ah, guillotine. Not seen one of them in a while. It's the 4p.
Firing.
Graham says, yeah, well, it wasn't worth it. I almost got charged with attempted premeditated... Sorry, I can't even say it. Attempted premeditated murder. Oh, man.
Ready for orders.
I thought poison ivy just made you itchy. I didn't think it could actually kill you.
Roger that.
The dart went a quarter of an inch under the skin. Ooh. Nasty. I'm not sure we're allowed to do anything in Britain if someone's invading your home. I think the most violent thing you're allowed to do in self-defense in Britain is invite them in and offer them a cup of tea while they rob you. I remember back in the 90s there was a farmer that was getting robbed by these two lads on his property, and I think he killed one of them. He shot them with a shotgun. I think he killed one of them. He went to jail for that, even though they were attacking him on his property.
Commander.
You're not allowed to take the law into your own hands in this country. You just literally have to bend over and let them do whatever they want, and then wait for the police to show up. And then the police will say, oh, we're very sorry, we can't really do anything. Still, I'll take that over the police showing up and then shooting you. Like...
Yes, boss. Acknowledged.
Yeah, I'm sure most British people probably have something like that. A cricket bat or whatever lying around. Oh man, I was a fat baby. But I don't think my baby pictures would scare anyone off.
Yes, Commander.
Yeah, we've never really had too much in the way of guns over here, and I think after the whole Dunblane thing, we ended up with even less.
Heading out.
And thankfully, to my knowledge, we've not had a school shooting since.
Locked on.
That was way back. I think that was in the 90s as well, was it? Or late 80s? I forget now. I was a kid when it happened, so... And Fennel says, yeah, we don't have many private guns in Germany either. Yeah, but you have loads of Wurst. Smash them with a sausage.
Good to go.
Okay, let's give Johnny some vigilance. And we're going to do a big-ass jump here. And then try to finish off that guy while he's down. Although Johnny's cool shot abilities pretty terrible. Still managed 70% for that guy on the floor. It's pretty good.
That hit something good. Let's get this done, folks. Waiting for orders. Affirmative.
Wasn't Al Capone the one that famously got done for tax fraud in the end, Gromulus? Like big time gangster, couldn't nail him with anything. Eventually got him for diddling his taxes. It's pretty hilarious. Yeah, that was him. Yeah, nice.
Get it on.
What a way to go down as a gangster. Tax fraud.
Aye, aye. Roger. Solid connection on that one. Yes, Commander. Yes, I'm there. Got it. Inflicted some heavy damage.
I think ever since Al Capone, the
Orders.
oh, what's the best way to phrase it? The worst of the politicians and criminals and scummy types always make sure they have really good accountants, don't they, for tax evasion.
I copy.
Have the same for celebrities as well. They tend to avoid a lot of tax, particularly in our country.
Critical hit.
Every now and then there's always a story in the paper about this celebrity or that politician or whatever that's been
Oh, it's
dodging
on
taxes with some loophole or offshore accounting.
now. Commander. On the move. firing a
That's
full
news to
salvo.
me. So Empower says, didn't he get some infection in prison that made him mental and killed him? Wow, really?
Target neutralized.
And that was the end of Al Capone, was it? Vish says no one would testify against him for fear of reprisal, so they needed to find a way to get him without a witness. Oh, that makes sense. And Ryland says syphilis. He got syphilis in prison? Or he had syphilis before he went to prison? Because... Jesus. Ryland says that's pretty common in the prison population. That's scary as hell.
Standing by.
And like syphilis, I always think of syphilis as like a historical disease. It was something that like the Edwardians and Victorians suffered from. They had syphilis. They had really bad syphilis. But you just don't really think about it existing in the modern age. But then again, I've never really thought about what kind of diseases go around prisons or whatnot.
Roger that. Move order received.
That's pretty bad. The Sarge said he had it before prison. Okay. Ryland says it's pretty curable, just need to catch it early. It takes a while to move through the various stages. Yeah, I suppose the trouble... it's a Cyclops. I got all excited when I saw the shape of that. I was like, is that a thug? It's not a thug, it's a Cyclops 10Q. Although, I think... Is that the first Cyclops 10Q we've encountered? They're really rare. We've definitely not seen many of them, so I'm going to try for the headshot. Obviously, I think in the Victorian times they didn't have a cure for it back then, did they? So it used to be a lot more deadly historically than it is now.
Target damaged.
Like so many things, I guess.
Bring it down.
So Sarge says yes, the first, and I assume he's talking about the first encounter with this Cyclops 10Q. As opposed to the first encounter with syphilis.
Yes, Commander.
Yeah, I definitely want to try to headshot this. My chances of achieving that are pretty low, though.
Acknowledge.
Failing that, I might just have to go for legs. Fact. 61% on the leg. We'll try it. We'll try our luck. I know this is missiles, but after firing this many missiles at him, he's going to be half dead anyway. May as well try to focus it on the legs.
Receiving you.
You're miles behind at the minute, Sarge. You've got a lot of catching up to do. Just going to have to keep running, I guess.
On the move. Full speed.
Vish says Al Capone, Hitler. Hitler didn't die from syphilis. Idi Amin, Tolstoy, Lenin all died from syphilis. I'm not like. I mean, I don't know about the others, so I'm willing to believe them. But Hitler didn't die from syphilis, or at least not according to conventional historical accounts. Hitler died from suicide in his bunker. Suicide by syphilis. That's a new one. Never heard of that. What am I going to do? I need to brace Johnny. Not brace, use vigilance. Because I've just realised he's taken quite a pounding. I've just charged right into the face of this Cyclops. Never mind. Oh, Hitler didn't die from it, but he did have it. Oh, man.
I think I hit something good. Right. Who's next? What's up, boss?
Okay, I get to use Johnny again. Awkward. Can't actually jump anywhere and have line of sight to shoot. Don't like this. What can I do with Buzzkill instead?
Heading out.
It's believed Hitler also had Parkinson's, says Empower. Really? Didn't know that.
Engaging. Target's taking a critical hit. Ready for orders.
Okay, I'm just going to play safe with Johnny then, since he's already banged up. We'll just jump him here,
I got this.
get him in position to do some flanking next turn. Oh no, he's getting flanked. Still, at least he's got 60% damage reduction. Nice and well protected. Can Sarge actually get a shot in yet? Oh, he can. Okay, let's use distance as a protector. Can't hit him in the side, unfortunately, so we just have to do the risky shot, but I don't think we're close to killing him by accident yet. I'm trying to farm this guy for parts, believe it or not. Might not look like it, but I'm trying. Right, I'm gonna sprint Minobu around the side because I only want side angle shots with the LRMs now.
Aye, aye.
Buzzkill can't get in the side arc, so I'll just sprint into the trees here. Well, I'm glad this Highlander has plenty of back armor.
Light damage. Holding firm.
Oh, is it? No, I ended up dropping it back down again, didn't I? Yeah, well, 55's not terrible, but it's not a lot either, is it? Right, let's shoot him in the side.
Acknowledged.
This is the least damaged side, so I'm going for that deliberately at the moment.
Firing all weapons.
Somehow scoring a headshot. Those machine guns are good for that.
Yes, boss.
Minobu can get in the side arc now. That's good.
To position.
And yep.
Taking the shot.
Hopefully, if we're lucky, we'll take off that side torso and the leg all in one go. There's the side torso. There's the leg.
Critical hit, Commander.
Empower says someone caught how much he would twitch his hands in historic videos. That's interesting. I never knew that.
Good to go.
I watch a lot of history stuff and read a lot of history stuff. I've always been interested in that. And that's something I've never come across. Never heard that. If anyone's got a link to a YouTube or anything like that, that would be very interesting to me. Death from above with Johnny, says Sarge. Maybe. I wonder if I can up my chances. No, it doesn't make any difference, does it? I need Sarge to not accidentally kill this guy. We're going to try for the leg.
Affirmative.
How did that go? I felt like two out of 3 weapons hit the leg. Yeah, one definitely hit the CT, and we did do some damage to the leg.
Yes,
all right, Buzzkill. I think we'll switch off the AC-10s, and we're going to go for the leg. Oh, do I switch off a medium laser as well? Let's switch off 2 medium lasers. Oh man. Why do I feel like this is going to go horribly wrong? I definitely did aim at the leg, right? Yeah. Just double checking.
Roger.
Idiot checking. Ryland says, you're going to cook off that ammo with the machine guns, which I read just as I clicked fire. I think what happened there, Ryland, I think we might have just cooked off the ammo with the machine guns. Good job you told me. Yeah, of course the machine guns do good crits. Oh well. I thought I could get away with firing them because I didn't think I'd do enough damage to do 75 points worth of damage, but I hadn't even a little bit factored in the idea that there'd be ammo in the CT, and I very much should have, shouldn't I? Never mind. Yeah, machine guns to the head might have been a better idea, Vish. I still probably would have ended up with the same result, though. I think that center torso ammo was always going to go up as soon as I'd made the decision to fire machine guns. That was the end of it.
Let's move. On my way. Acknowledged. Copy that.
Empower says apparently they could track the progression and him trying to do the common tricks of holding things to try to control the handshakes. Wow. That's fascinating. If there's a YouTube video on that, I'd love a link because I'd love to watch that.
Coordinates received.
Very interesting.
Moving out.
Oh, Empower says I think it was off a History Channel show about his maladies that I saw. Okay. Someone might have YouTubed that.
Standing by. Ready for orders. Bracing for impact.
Oh well, another complete failure to delicately salvage a mech. I'm getting good at those. I just can't cope without my ability to have those 18% headshots, can I? That's just for so long been my way of salvaging. It's like, oh, well, I could try and take two legs off or pick it apart, or I could just go for a headshot, bang, 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 and you just get them if you fire enough weapons. Emperor Krang says, hey, there were no ERPPCs in 3025. It's Lost Tech, and Lost Tech has been part of the vanilla game for a very long time as well. So, yeah, it's in the vanilla game, so it's in this mod as well. Although technically, yes, there aren't ERPPCs in 3025. There is a chance of finding some. They are slightly improved in this, yeah. Right, so we get our one piece of Cyclops 10Q. It's a shame. It's actually a mech I quite like because you can cram it full of SRMs and it's still got a decent movement speed. I wouldn't mind a whole one of those, but we're not going to get one very soon if one piece of salvage is all we're getting each time we encounter one. What else should I take? Let's take a piece of guillotine and then we'll roll on these because I'm not really that fussed about any of that stuff. The Wolverine 6M is not that common, but I believe we have seen plenty of them. I think I might even have a whole one of them in storage. All right, we got a nice AC-20, that's good, and a complete Treb 5J. Something to sell, I guess. Well, yeah, they're the only apart from the Gauss rifle that you get from the mission, you know, the flashpoint where you hunt down that guy that's armed with them. They're the only other piece of Lost Tech that I've found is those two ERPPCs. We have played quite a lot of hours of this career so far, so yeah, Lost Tech isn't too common. Although I could have more if I'd been doing more flashpoints. I've just kind of been ignoring flashpoints lately just to hunt down mech parts. Try to finish off some of these rarer mechs. I can't use my Gauss at the moment though. We had one of the tons of Gauss ammo got destroyed, so I now don't have enough ammo to use Gauss, which is a shame.
That mech you wanted is back online.
And that was a couple of episodes ago. Sarge had a very close shave, nearly got killed. Emperor Krang says, "Oh, I never thought of that. Looking for a nice mod to add, but not the hell that is Rogue Tech." Well, this might be for you then, to be honest, because it feels more like an expansion to the base game rather than a complete overhaul. So there are a few little tweaks to the Lost Tech to make the Lost Tech not shit, basically, make it usable. Still, it's balanced pretty well. They're not overpowered or anything. And then adds a load of mechs, variants, chassis, and vehicles as well. Outside of that, the base mechanics aren't really messed around with. There's some tweaks to the AI. There's some lance compositions of mechs have been put together, so there's a greater variety and more specialized lances you can meet. Aside from that, there's not been too much messing around with it. And one of the good things about it is the mech distribution, like the rarity of the mechs is fitting to the lore. So certain factions will only have access to certain mech types, which is cool. So yeah, and one of the new mechs that went in pretty recently is the longbow. As you can see here, I have a longbow. So it's nice encountering these different mechs. I've just accidentally chucked a Centurion into storage because I swear I selected the Trebuchet, but apparently not. So I'll have to bring that mech back out so that I've got 4 mediums for when I require it. Yeah, it's a pretty cool mod. As you can see, there's some like, there you go, rarer Atlas RS, Atlas LL. Night Star. We were hunting for a Night Star to complete a Night Star for quite a while, but it's so rare that it's not happened yet. So I'm still stuck on 2 pieces of Night Star. There's various things. You have to give it a try. But oh, is the bot back up? I think it is. So is it 3025 mod? Is the command? There you go. So that if you click that link, that'll take you to the page for it on Nexus Mods. Follow the instructions, read and follow the instructions to the letter, and you will not have a problem with the installation process. The only people I've seen having problems with it are people that have not been following the instructions. That aside, it's a great mod, I think, and it definitely aims at a different audience to the Rogue Tech stuff. And I think that's a good thing, Rogue Tech is cool and all that. That's got its audience, but there are definitely people that don't want as much being changed in the game, that don't want a complete overhaul. And this feels like an expansion rather than an overhaul, which I think is nice. Even down to the icons as well. If you look at the icons like of these mechs, they suit the original style. That's another thing. It might be a small minor thing, but I actually really like that as well. It just makes it feel, like it's meant to be in the game. Do you know what I mean? Rather than a big obvious glaring, oh, this is a weird different looking icon. It's obviously modded in. You don't even notice. These look exactly as if they were always in the game, which I think is really cool. Now where was I? Contracts, something to do here. I think I've got 2 more contracts here before I move on. Yes, I have. That's another assassination, or I could just go for a straight up battle. Yeah, let's do a battle here first. Who do I actually want for this? Highlands. Well, Halcyon's in. He's still got high spirits. Let's get Sarge in. Let's get Catch in. He's in high spirits. And one more. I want someone who can level up. I guess Minobu. I'll take him again. What should I do with this one? Shall we just change things up? Play a little bit differently. Thinking about maybe just brawl rushing the enemy. We'll keep the King Crab in. Let's take the Highlander out. We'll take the LRM one. So we've got Sarge in the LRM Highlander. And then all these are pretty brawly, aren't they? Although I could just drop the LRM Highlander completely and just go full nuts. I put Sarge in the King Crab though because he has got breaching shot, which could come in handy with those AC-10s. So we've got Catch and a Stalker. I actually think I want Catch in the jump jet mech. Okay, so Halcyon in a Stalker, good. He can cool that down. Minobu in the AC-20 Highlander. Yeah, this is very, very different makeup. I haven't run all brawlers in a very long time. Not since I realised the AI can deal a lot more effectively with brawlers now. But we'll give it a shot anyway. Should make it a challenge. It's only a 3.5 skull mission, you see. So I'm thinking, you know, I can afford to mess about a bit here just for a bit of variety rather than taking the best of the best out. Can't wait to see an archer. Oh man, you'll see plenty of archers in this because the archer's quite common. There are a lot of archers, and man, they're scary to deal with. I'm always complaining every time I see one. I'm like, oh no, not an archer. No, kill it quick, kill it quick. It's like those dual LRM-20s are brutal, man. Especially if the archer's part of a lance that's got more LRMs in it or PPCs or whatever. Like support lancers can be brutal. Vish says, you don't seem to tweak the rewards. Is there a specific reason why? At the moment, I'm generally not, because I want a bit of salvage, but I also want a reasonable amount of cash because my costs are high. I've got like all my subs are pilots, so I've got way more pilots than I would normally have, so my costs are higher. Plus, I've got a lot of mechs in my mech bay, more than I would probably normally have as well. So. Yeah, everything's pretty expensive, so I'm tending not to take max salvage or anything like that at any point. Also, I'm a bit of a hoarder. I tend to like store things up for a long time before I end up selling stuff, so just taking straight up cash is a more reliable, constant way of making money. The other thing is I've upped the salvage required to make a mech only by 1, so it's 4 pieces per mech. But with stuff being rarer and there being so many more variants in this mod, it takes a lot longer to put together a whole mech, and I can only sell whole mechs in this, so it's not a reliable source of income to be selling mechs, especially not when I'm trying to collect one of everything just to own it all, you know. So yeah, just taking cash is a much more reliable source of income for me. Now, I didn't take advantage of that because I think it's unfair when the game shows you what mechs you're up against. So it did briefly show it, but I didn't really look, so I still no idea what I'm facing.
Roger. Acknowledged.
Yeah, that's Sarge says, wait until you see the thug. The model's very nice, and yeah, it is. That's currently what I've been working towards. Is I'm trying to find a thug, because I need one more piece to complete one. But thugs are used by House Marek primarily, and for some reason, all the missions I'm doing against Marek of late. I just can't seem to find a damn thug. It's just the way it's going. So I'm going to be hunting for a while, it seems.
I copy.
Okay, screw it. We're just running out into the open here. I've just remembered I've got all brawlers. I was thinking about setting up in the trees, getting ready to ambush them. No, can't do that. Got brawlers. Need to go straight at the enemy. So what have they got? 2 85 tonners, a 60 and a 70. Okay. Let's pop vigilance, and we're going to go for a jump with catch, and we're going to put him right in front of all the danger. And see what we've got. So a longbow, owl, and a 7Q. Grasshopper and Ossol. Well, the longbows have got to die first. This longbow 7Q, I think, is probably my priority, since it's got a little bit more firepower than the other longbow. And you can see the difference there is a couple of medium lasers as opposed to a single small. So we'll go for this longbow first.
Acknowledge.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I do like to play Pokemech, Vish. I was the same in Mech Warrior Online. I had so many mechs, but I've still got, technically. I just haven't played the game in a long time. I used to play competitive Mech Warrior Online. Also owned and ran MRBC League, which was the biggest player-run league in the game. And I ran that for a number of years. I've stopped running it for now because my interests are elsewhere, and I don't really feel like running it for the community right now. Having been out of competition for about 2 years at this point and not really playing the game.
Solid connection on that one. They've got a sensor lock on me.
But yeah, I did like collecting lots of mechs. That's a big part of the fun in Mech Warrior games for me, is just having the variety. Because I love the variety in terms of builds, like what you can make in this. You know, there's a lot of different ways of setting up your mechs. But I also love the variety of mechs as well, the variety of chassis. So it's just generally a lot of fun to have that much choice. So sorry, like stilted speech there because I'm thinking about what I'm doing, and Sarge is definitely going to multi-shot with these AC-10s at this point, because they're both in some kind of cover, and that's worth discounting since he can only fire the AC-10s at that range. Let's make the most of it. Not very often I use breaching shot and multi-shot anymore, but here's a good opportunity for it. What game was that, says Empower? Mech Warrior Online. It's a shooter. So hold on, let me. If you go, you can see that there should link you to my old league website that I ran until fairly recently. And there's loads of footage on there of competitive Mech Warrior being played. It's quite entertaining. There's many hours to watch there, and just pick a random video and just watch what goes on. Because the competitive side of it is very different to the just pug group, you know, the pickup group side, playing with randoms. It's almost like, it feels like a completely different game. When you're playing it in an organised and coordinated way, but it is awesome. But yeah, I played that for years, played it to death, and just kind of after certain changes were made to the game, lost interest. Basically about the time that they brought in the overly complicated and ridiculous skill tree, that was about when I was like, yeah, no, I've had enough of this. But I still love the Battletech universe.
Standing by. On it. Locking in all weapon systems.
Oh, the Highlander's a fantastic mech, Emperor Krang, yeah. Definitely a good one. I've got a lot of those at the moment, just the way it's gone. Oh, Samurai says, I've got 3/4 from 3 different atlases. Sorry, 3 out of 4 parts from 3 different atlases. 3 out of 4 parts of a king crab, a few assorted Highlander bits. But one thing I do have is like 15 stalkers. Law compliant. There are a lot of stalkers.
What's up, boss? Standing by.
Ah, it's tempting. Should I just shoot with him? I think I should, actually. He can take a round of getting shot at if he's not in cover. He's in a 100-ton king crab after all. I think he'll be okay. So yeah, the Thug is it's an 80-ton assault mech that was designed to counter the Warhammer. Like be an improvement on that and beat it, and it definitely does what it's designed to do. It's so far as I'm aware, most commonly shows up for Marek, House Marek, or Free Worlds League, whatever you want to call them. I've not seen one being used by any other faction at this point. I mean, I guess it's possible, but it's probably really rare. But House Marek seem to be the ones that have the Thug. Jesus, those longbows fire those missiles forever, don't they? That is a lot of missiles, though.
Commander. Moving out.
I need to switch some things off here. Switch an SRM off. And
Locked on.
should be able to finish this guy without even thinking about it. He only had 8 hit points remaining on the CT.
Target neutralized.
Yeah, give it a try. Definitely recommend it. It's a lot of fun, this mod.
Yes, Commander.
I've been playing it since its earliest iteration when it was being worked on. Because like the main guy that put this collection of mods together is one of my friends, Harry78. We used to play competitive MWO together back in the day. Yeah, so I got first access to it basically, which I'm very grateful for because it's been awesome fun. And I do tend to get like the update files and things like that usually a little bit before they go live, so if you want to see what changes are coming or whatever, it's good to stop by my channel because sometimes I have the new stuff early. Well, usually I have the new stuff early. Also, Harry tends to be around quite often. He's not here today, but Harry and Justin have both spent time in chat here, so they're often around. Harry most often to answer questions about what's going on.
Roger.
Do I have anything in addition to the 3025 mod? No, I think everything that's in this has been included in the 3025 mod package. I don't think I have anything that isn't in the package enabled at all.
Yes, Commander.
I mean, at one stage, Harry was thinking about not including the Lost Tech changes as part of the package, but I think he ended up deciding, screw it, and put it in. And I think it's good. I like the Lost Tech changes. Works well. Emperor Krang, thank you very much for the follow, mate. Very nice of you. Oh man, yeah, the SRM carriers still scare the crap out of me to this day. The only pilot that we've lost in the whole career, we lost to an SRM carrier. Killed poor old Nexus pretty early on in my game.
Move into position. Firing full salvo.
You followed and accidentally unfollowed me right afterwards. That's just cruel.
Taking a critical hit.
Was it really an accident? Oh man, Halcyon's getting a pounding here. Yeah, so yeah, Nexus has become a bit of a running joke to our regulars. Poor old Nexus, because he's the only one that died. But he was in a Javelin, which is only a 30-ton mech, and he kind of ran face first into an SRM carrier, and it was brutal. He was knocked down and then just wrecked with missiles. There was nothing I could do.
Targeting for an alpha strike. Target eliminated. Let's do this.
Well,
Got it.
I'm having fun running with these brawlers, although we have largely been fighting stuff that's a lot lighter than we are.
Acknowledge.
Still, they did have two assault mechs. The two longbows, but the first one didn't last very long, and this second guy, he only survived by virtue of hiding away at the back behind his lance mates. And he's getting wrecked now.
On my way.
Use that coolant vent with Halcyon, and this is just a disgusting amount of firepower. Look at this.
Firing a
Not going to be much of that guy left by the time Halcyon finishes with him. Yeah, the target acquisition missions, I've been avoiding them recently because I played a lot of them in my last career playthrough. I just played the vanilla game and just did all of the flashpoints, like every single flashpoint that's in the game. I did that all in one career. And the target acquisition missions were the ones where I got the most messed up. I lost pilots doing them. So I lost 2 pilots in that career, that entire career, and both of them were during target acquisitions. It can be pretty tricky, and due to this, the AI tweaks and the lance compositions, the way this mod works, I've kind of been scared of taking on a target acquisition, mostly because I've got very slow moving mechs as well, and you need a little bit of speed. So I've been basically waiting until I get a Cyclops 10Q in my head before thinking, oh, I'll take on some target acquisitions, because the 10Q is what I've used previously, because it's an assault mech, it's tanky enough, but it's also pretty fast. I tend to use that to go grab the furthest acquisition point, you know, because it's got the speed to get there and usually the armor to get through the situation. But we haven't got one yet. In fact, I don't think I've got a single assault mech that's got 3 movement pips. Yeah, speed is life. Yeah, and certainly in some situations. And target acquisition missions, you definitely need one faster mech. But yeah, you can. I tend to do it with like 4 assault mechs, 1 fast assault mech, and then 3, firepower assault mechs. Because you've got to kill stuff really quickly on it as well, otherwise you just get overwhelmed with the sheer number of things that are being thrown at you during one of those missions. Then of course you've got to escape as well after you've done the target acquisition. It's generally pretty brutal. Okay, so we'll take 2 longbow pieces. We'll complete a second longbow 7Q and our first longbow OW or as I prefer to call it, the OW. And what I'll do is I'll build an OW, a longbow OW, because that one's the slightly faster variant, so you can't fit as many missiles in it in terms of LRMs or whatever. So the 7Q, we've already built one of those with 4 LRM-15s, which I'm very happy with that build. But this one, because it's got more speed, I was going to build this with SRMs instead. And Sarge already suggested the name for that one should be the short bow, which makes perfect sense. Brilliant name, I think. So I'll build one of those, and we will have a short bow to take out at some point. I think if I remember rightly, I should be able to cram SRM-4s into it. So it's 6 SRM-4s should fit, which is reasonable enough firepower. I don't think it handles 6 SRM-6s. I think that's too heavy for it, because a lot of the tonnage is taken up by engine in that slightly faster 85-ton longbow.
That mech is ready to fight, Commander. That mech you asked for is cleared for fighting.
Okay, so we've already got a 7Q, as you can see there. So I'm going to pop that 7Q into storage, and we'll keep the OW out, as I said, and we'll build that now. Let's go have a play, see what this new mech can do. Okay, first things first. Need to sort out the paint scheme. Not a massive fan of that. It's too much yellow. Or gold, however you want to say it. Either way, there's too much of it. That's better. What's my other one look like? Okay, so yeah. I'll go with that one because it's slightly different. Right, let's refit. Look at those missile pods. Sick. So let's max the armor first, and we'll reduce the rear in a moment. But let's have a look. Oh, we don't really have much in the way of improved SRM-4s. Never mind. Actually, I wonder, can I fit 8 in? Or is that's going to be too much, isn't it? Heat efficiency, not good. Ammo first. Ammo. I think I need to reduce this by 2 SRM-4s to make this work, but we'll see. Let's drop the armor on the back. I could do that. I mean, the heat efficiencies are horrific. That's there's no heat sinks in this at all. I think that's a little extreme. I mean, if I drop a couple of launchers, 1 ton of ammo, I can actually get some heat sinks in this and make it functional. Let's just stick a +1 in it. Stability gyro. Come on, there we go. Okay, now it's too heat efficient. Now it's too heat efficient, so maybe we'll up the launchers by 1 again and drop a heat sink. That's manageable. We've got 1 ton of ammo per launcher, which is definitely fine for SRM-4s. So we've got 7 SRM launchers in this. I think if I had 1 more, it's a little bit too hot. Like, it was really ridiculously hot, but maybe I can get away with 7. And that's still a disgusting amount of firepower, isn't it? Let's face it, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, it's a lot of ammo, Samurai. That's right. I could probably drop another ton of ammo, to be fair. I don't know. It's just whenever I run into those super long missions, if I've not got enough ammo to get through them, I'm like, God damn it, I should have taken more ammo. So I tend to be overly cautious and take what most people would consider to be too much ammo. But my view is better to have too much than too little. If I drop a ton of ammo, I can get another heat sink in. But if I hit another 39 round mission and end up running out of ammo, I know who I'm going to come and blame. Samurai reckons 4 tons would be fine for this. I'm going to take 6. I'm not going to go with 4. Yeah, let's see. Let's see how this does. So that'll take 7 days to build. Let's set that going. Yes, there are Warhammers in the 3025 mod. Yeah, Warhammers are cool. Yeah, Warhammers and Marauders. Oh, man, if I start listing off the mechs, I'll be here forever. But there are a lot of things in this. Different variants of you know, mechs that you'll recognise from the vanilla as well, like Stalker 3H. That's a new one, and Stalker 4P. That's a 75-ton Stalker, so that's only a heavy mech. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Right, I'm going to move the longbow to the front of the queue because that Centurion can wait. I'm just readying it up, and then I'll have to rebuild it. Right, okay. Let's check pilot XP since it's been a few missions since I've had a look. Yeah, unfortunately, Samurai, I don't have any better ones, which is a shame.
Training confirmed, Commander.
I'd love to have all +++ SRM4s in it, though. That would be great.
What's up, boss? Orders?
What do I need most with Halcyon? Yeah, let's go for more gunnery. Why not? Now Cool Chop Mastery isn't as effective. I'm less inclined to just push straight through for 9 points in tactics. I guess mission accomplished in that case, isn't it? It's not as overpowered as it was, so I'm not really that fussed about driving towards it.
Training complete.
Orders?
Yes, Commander.
Oh, Sarge, so close to finishing Guts off. Just needs 100 more XP. We'll get there this session for sure, if I take him out on this next mission. Escaping Spy. Assassination against the Fed Sons. Right, yeah, we'll do this. Okay, Catch is injured. Standard. He's always getting injured. We've got Buzzkill. Let's bring him in. Oh, actually, hold on. Hold on. Sorry, Buzzkill. You've done a few missions today. I've not used Alto in ages, so let's give Alto an outing for this one. Since it's not a particularly high-level mission, I can afford to take some pilots that are more in need of XP. Shall I just run this Brawl Lance again, just for fun? It was kind of entertaining to take something a bit different. Yeah, all right. Let's give him one more go. Give him one more go. And I'm sure Alto had said something about wanting to pilot a jump jet mech at some point, so he gets his wish fulfilled, piloting the Highlander 733P, my only jump jetter. So Vish is asking SRM4 versus 6. What, do you just want to know the difference? Obviously, SRM6s weigh 1 ton more per launcher, and they do a little bit more damage. That's basically it. Well, I suppose they're a bit hotter as well because they launch more missiles. But ordinarily, I would take 6s over 4s in most things. But with stuff that has a ton of missile slots, which, to be fair, things with a lot of missile slots are quite rare, then I use 4s occasionally. Just because when you've got a lot of missile slots, if you're using 4s instead, you've got a bit more flexibility with turning weapons off or on if you're trying to manage your heat carefully. Because obviously if you've got a lot of 4s, you've got a bit more control over your heat because you can, you know, switch more off. But usually I'd just go with 6s. A lot of things, it's like you've got like, you know, an AC-20 and 3 or 4 SRM-6s on a assault build or something like that. You know, I wouldn't normally downgrade those to 4s. Not unless I'm wanting to cram, you know, lasers in and it's for keeping my heat low or whatever. But pretty rare you'll see that. Okay, so this will most likely have to be the last mission of the day. I certainly won't have time to cram another one in after this finishes. So, no thug today, but hopefully by the end of the week.
Command interface initiated.
Watch the trees. Never know what's in them.
Okay. Trouble with this map, it's just one big funnel. Like, you just kind of got one way to go, and once you're there, that's it.
On the move.
It's one of the less interesting maps, in my opinion. There are a lot of maps that I really like in this game. A lot of them are very good.
Moving to position.
This one, I mean, you can go up here, but it doesn't really do you any good. And once you're up there, you can't really get down again. And I've got to assassinate a certain target, and you know, if I'm stuck up on these cliffs and he decides to run, that's it. He's going to escape because I can't catch him. So you have to take the low route into the valley, and it's just really linear and quite dull area to fight in. Well, I suppose one thing that makes it different is you've not really got much space to work with, so I suppose you've got to think differently when it comes to your tactics.
Yes, Commander.
Right, now if I jump Alto, he can sensor lock,
Lifting off.
which is what we want, and this is why the jump guy is also the sensor lock guy, because it just allows you to move that a little bit further forward and get that sensor lock off that you might not otherwise have been able to get. In this case, it also means he's getting shot. Still, that Ostrock, yeah, it is an Ostrock. He's not fully armored. Pretty weak target.
Standing by. Acknowledged.
And again, I must remember, after using brawlers so much, I've got to remember, sorry, after using ranged guys so much, sniper mechs, I've got to remember that these are all brawlers, and I need to keep advancing on the enemy to get into my most effective range.
That was a big hit. Big hit.
Good to go.
Still, while I'm in the water, although my chances to hit are pretty low, may as well make the most of just firing everything I've got, because I'm not going to be gaining much heat while I've got the extra cooling effect. Wow, I actually destroyed him with a headshot.
Neutralized.
That was pretty crazy. Nice work from Halcyon there. Well, that frees Sarge up. He can sprint. He's not going to get very far. Got vigilance. I'm running this way. Glad I went for the vigilance. Sarge getting shot at by that Stalker 4P.
Minimum damage. This guy's nothing.
Let's get this done.
Got something you want done?
Yes, Sarge. I want you to shoot this guy's face off, please. Close enough. Oh, he's opened up already. Where's that? CT, is it? No, side torso. And leg as well, it seems. Pretty good going. Right. Let's use Alto and his magic jump jets. Jägermech B. Oh, do you know what? It's been a while since we've seen one of those. There was a period where I was seeing those all the time. Must have been the faction I was fighting against, perhaps. Has a lot of them.
As you wish. Target's taking a critical hit.
Yeah, perhaps it's a Liao thing. I don't know.
Let's do this.
Right, no lines of sight. So I'm just going to sprint into cover with Minnow Boot. Well, I had line of sight. I didn't have the range. That's more accurate. There's a Warhammer.
Damage is minor, Commander.
And that is the 6R, which is mega common. See a lot of those in this period. Yeah, we'll sprint it. We'll take the risk. Halcyon hasn't been shot at all yet. Yeah, that's right, Sarge. Oh, Minobu taking a pilot injury. Oh dear.
Let's go.
Okay. So I really want to finish that Stalker off, but he's backed way up now. I think actually I'll reserve Sarge because Sarge has got vigilance. And Alto will be moving first, I think, because he might just be able to get that Stalker in line of sight, and then maybe Sarge can finish him off with that long range that he's got on the AC-10s. Everybody else is super short ranged here. Ouch. Almost regretting my decision to leave Halcyon out of cover there, but didn't really have any option. I could have moved him forwards a tiny bit and braced, but Stalker moving in water, it'll take me all day to get into the cover if I just move and brace over and over. At least most of them are shooting at my covered guys, which is fine. Right, really do want to finish the Stalker off though. Okay, Alto. Jumpy, jumpy. Yeah, let's... Oh man, now that's tempting because I could get the machine guns in range on the Jägermech. Yeah, I think because I'm spotting the Stalker with Alto, but I'm going to shoot the Jägermech. What's he like at precision strikes? Not good. Screw it, we'll do it anyway.
Of course.
I mean, these mechs aren't fully armoured, so there's a fair chance I might actually just kill it. That's got to be close. That looked close. Let's have a look. Ah, not as close as I thought. A lot of that's gone into the side torso. Still, 85 hit points. That's not an unachievable amount to knock off him.
Copy that. Firing full complement.
have we really just blown off both side torsos and not finished off the centre? That is just my luck. Oh no, not even blown both side torsos off. Almost. Right, 49 hit points remaining in the centre. Damn it. I wanted to get Sarge into cover, and I can't.
Standing by.
Okay, I can get Halcyon into cover, though. Well, that Jägermech's not that much of a threat now. He's still got an LRM-15, but he's very close up, so he's not going to hit anything with it. Thinking since Halcyon's got the high spirits, we'll go for a precision strike, improve the accuracy, and shoot at this Warhammer with a truckload of missiles. I'd say that was worth it, Halcyon.
Tango down.
Just nailed that Warhammer in one. Again, a reminder, it's not fully armoured. It's right, now there's room for Sarge to reach cover. This is good. Although, I was wanting to finish that Stalker off. It's not going to happen. We'll just shoot the Jägermech instead. He's certainly dead.
Tango down. Hit him hard.
Sarge, you need cover. I'm not having you getting killed by a headshot before we complete this thug. What have I told you? I keep saying every stream, like, I'm worried every time I take Sarge on a mission. Because the goal at the minute is complete a thug, run a mission with Sarge in the thug. And I've just got visions of Sarge dying before we get a complete thug. It's not a risk I'm willing to take. Right, let's move Alto here.
Have no doubt
He's out
it will be
in
done.
the open now, but pretty sure this Stalker's going to die before he gets another turn. I mean, he'll probably die just from this. There he goes. Right.
Hostile
Only
alert.
appears to be one lance. Obviously, on the assassination missions, there's often two lances to deal with. But definitely only seeing one at the moment.
Moving
Right,
out.
time to run towards the target, I think.
Confirm. Locking in coordinates.
Did Doyle just say that Sarge is a thug? No.
You have orders?
Sarge is a valued member of the team.
Position confirmed.
Alright. It's an 80-tonner. But we're fighting Capellans, so unlikely to be a thug. We can hope, though. Right, let's send Alto to the front line and see what it is. Oh, God. It's the Charger. Although, actually, that's not the worst Charger. That's actually a reasonable Charger. The 1A5. Let's give him vigilance for a bit of protection from that AC-20, and then we'll just fire.
Confirmed.
Primary target is taking hit.
Yeah, that's right, Samurai. This Charger actually has guns on it. I think we've already got some pieces of one of those. I think probably just one piece, knowing my salvage rate since the called shot change. It's probably just one piece, but would be nice to try and take something from this. I doubt I'm going to manage it though, with all the all these missiles hitting them everywhere. I'm just going to get one piece of this Charger.
Orders.
Yeah, I'm tempted to try for a headshot once I get around to using Sarge. Probably, yeah, almost certainly the only pilot that's worth trying that with in this Lance right now.
Good to go.
Right. There will do. Let's try for the headshot, Sarge. Let's do it. Let's see if you're as lucky as Gromulus today.
Copy that.
No. Nowhere near the head.
Target is bugged out. Stop it before it gets away.
What? He's trying to escape already? That's actually really bad news, because Chargers are kind of fast. Don't want to let this guy escape.
Jump jet.
Alto, shoot a leg off. Oh god, we're nowhere near shooting the leg. 34% chance on the leg. Are you shitting me? Oh man. Although, to be fair, to fit this many weapons in, this charger's engine is reduced. Ah, screw it. We'll try for a leg.
Acquired and locked in.
No, he's not running away. He's running towards us. Where's the extraction point? And for all that, I've put Alto right out in front of him at risk of getting killed by the AC-20. Because the advice was that he's running away. Yeah, it says stop him from escaping. Where's the extraction point then? Oh crap, it's here. Oh, that explains why he ran towards me. I thought it was way back. Okay.
Receiving you.
That answers that question then.
Way. Inflicted some heavy damage.
Let's go for another headshot, Sarge. Come on. You can do this. I believe in you. Oh, crap. We're so going to hit the CT, aren't we? Alright.
Roger that.
Here we go. Here goes nothing. I think we had an oops there, Sarge. Pilot incapacitated. Pretty sure it was through the CT. Now, where's my extraction point? Oh, that's not too far away, actually. It's alright.
Coordinates received.
God, I wish Hairbrain would fix this bug. Sick of running for extraction points on assassination missions.
Acknowledged.
Affirmative. Roger.
Roger that. Moving to position.
Move order received.
On the move.
Affirmative. Certainly.
Alto's voice cracks me up. Certainly.
Holding here.
Sounds like some evil minion or something. Just for the record, he did choose that voice for himself.
I'll just wait.
He wanted that.
Good a spot as that.
That's not how he sounds in real life, though. I know him personally.
Mission successful.
Samurai says, gotta go with the Jersey Boy voice. It has the most good Planet Landing comments. Which one's that? What number is that? I don't know if I've got that on anyone at the moment. I mean, I can probably guess if I flick through them all and listen. Oh, we don't have any pieces of this. Damn. Oh, is this the first encounter with one, maybe? I swear we saw one of these before. I'll give it a read in case it's the first time we've come across it. So the 1A5 variant of the Charger was one of the first variants of the Charger made to take it from the role of scout to assault mech, a compelling modification to the CGR-1Ls they received as part of the Captain Accords. The engine was downgraded to a 320 version, which reduced the maximum speed of the mech to 64.8 kilometers an hour, and 4 of the small lasers were removed. In their place was a Tomoduru Autocannon 20 as its primary weapon, 2 Baikal SRM-6 launchers, and an Agra 3L medium laser, while the mech's armour was increased by 5 tons. This made the Charger 1A5 extremely dangerous at close ranges and gave it a speed comparable to most mechs in the heavyweight class, while carrying armour on par with other 80-ton mechs. Yeah, So it's got 1 ballistic hardpoint, 2 energy, 2 missile, 1 support. It's not going to set the world on fire, is it? But at least it's a potentially usable version of the Charger. I don't class any of the other Chargers as usable. They are terrible. But it's law compliant, so it's in the game. And it is funny to fight with them every now and then. Right, what should I take? I guess we'll finish off a Warhammer. Why not? Samurai says you've got one guy with it. Is that the voice I gave to Buzzkill? I'm going to have to check. I can't remember who's got that. Sarge says anything's better than I'm Your Spaniel. Yeah. That one. Glad we got rid of that voice, eh, Sarge? Oh, Sarge says the Charger does have nice melee, though. Yeah, that's one thing in its favour, I guess. Oh, man, you missed all of that, Krang. Sarge's character in this had that voice for ages, and every time I heard it, I was like, oh, God, that just does not suit Sarge at all. I need to get rid of that voice. And I kept forgetting. Eventually, we got around to it, though. Oh, that makes sense, Samurai. Samurai says the Jersey boy guy is he's the one always bitching about the cold on tundra and polar environments and commenting how they got nice warm cockpits. But yeah, some of the voices are pretty funny. I'm not a massive fan of it's the female one that I think is supposed to sound Irish, but it's the worst Irish accent I've ever heard. It's like a mix of someone that's like heard Irish and Scottish and then got confused over which is which at various points while doing the voiceover. To my ears, it's embarrassingly bad. And the English one's kind of like really stereotypical American idea of what an English person sounds like as well. One day they'll use actual Irish voice actors for Irish voices and actual English actors for English voices. One day. And we'll actually have some accurate representations. That's right, Samurai, I agree. Yeah, he says some of her lines sound mildly Irish and some sound brokenly Scottish. Yeah, exactly. It's like they couldn't decide what accent they were supposed to be doing. No, I assume they did use voice actors or some hopeful budding voice actors or something like that because they would be cheaper. I don't know what they used exactly, but the rest of the voices sound fine though. I mean, the American ones to my ears sound great, probably because they were done by actual Americans. But the British guy and the Irish woman, no, just so bad. Right, so I wanted to have a listen to Buzzkill.
Got something you want done?
Is that the right one? I'm not sure it is him. Might be someone else that's got it.
Standing by.
Yeah, no, it's not Buzzkill. That's definitely not Jersey boy sounding, is it? Is it maybe, did I go at Minobu? Let me check Minobu.
Let's do this.
No, it's not Minobu. Johnny?
Yes, Commander.
No, not Johnny.
Standing by.
Not Sarge. Okay, is it Catch?
Ready.
No.
Good to go.
Receiving you.
I don't think any of them have got the Jersey boy voice. Oh, what about Halcyon?
Ready for orders.
Hold on. Is that it?
Yes, Commander.
No, it's not it. Right, we've got to put it in.
Yes, Commander. Yes, Commander.
No, it's not 22.
Reporting.
Yes, Commander.
Commander.
Nah, it's not 24 because 24 is Alto, the voice Alto's using.
Receiving you.
23, it's this one, isn't it?
Receiving you. Orders. Good to go.
That sounds like it to me. Yeah,
Right here.
that's the one. So in spite of my crippling Englishness, I still managed to pick out the right voice. Okay, sorry Halcyon, you're ending up with that voice just so we hear some interesting lines out of it. Jammer ZS, thank you very much for the follow. Really appreciate that. Sorry that you're having to watch me flick through voices. It's not the most interesting thing I've ever done on stream, but it was essential. We had to do it. Okay, so we are done there. That is the end for today. So yeah, congratulations, Halcyon. You have been upgraded to a Jersey boy. I hope you're pleased with that. Where are you actually from, Halcyon? I want to know, how much am I offending you right now with that on a scale of 1 to, really bad? It is a great voice, though. Right, yeah, so I'm going to leave it there. We will be back. Well, first of all, I'll be back in 2 hours for my Battlefleet Gothic Armada 2 Imperial campaign. So that stream starts at 9 PM UK time, or wherever you are in 2 hours time from now. Hope some of you will come down and see that. But also, if you want more Battletech, obviously I'll be playing Battletech Extended 3025 mod tomorrow at the usual time, which is 3 PM UK time or 10 AM Eastern if you're in the States or Canada or South America or whatever time zone. If you can function or work off that one, that's 10 AM Eastern. Hope to see you back again tomorrow. If you're watching... Oh, Halcyon says I'm from the Midwest. Highly offended, lol. Oh, man. Yeah, that's nowhere near, is it? Sorry, man. Oh, Emperor Krang says Canada. Woo! Are you from Canada, Krang? Awesome. Hello. How you doing, bud? Oh, Vish has given me a follow as well. Thank you very much, Vish. Really appreciate that. So I was halfway through my exit. So the rest of what I need to say is, if you are watching this on YouTube, and for those that don't know, my YouTube channel is channel_Doyle. You can catch all my playlists there. The streams just go straight onto YouTube a couple of days after you see me on Twitch. So check that out if you're interested in seeing other things that I play. I'm a variety streamer, although I've played a hell of a lot of Battletech since I started because I love Battletech. It's great. Anyway, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget, give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down, depending on what you thought, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. For now, I'm out. Thanks again, guys. Thank you very much to the subs, and thank you so much for the new follows as well. I hope to see you either later or tomorrow. Thanks again. I'm out.